The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by this podcast, as well as its hosts, are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interests at heart, or our own. Enjoy the show.
My knees are doing okay, though.
Come on.
You might as well turn this on.
I did. Yeah.
Because Marsha's funny. People don't know that Marsha's funny. So she might say something funny before we start, as she's done already, talking about my low expensive couches.
You know, our whole thing is to get people to shit on these couches.
To co-sign your pain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all have done a great job making them look like they're not expensive, you guys. Y'all make them look like
they cost a pretty penny.
Well, they used to look like that. Now they look like junkyard dogs couches fucking with these.
But that's a testament to the work you've done.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
People have actually sat.
Yeah, I really hate when we have consummate professionals up here. I really do. Ladies and gentlemen, Patronis, whoever is watching this, we are graced with R&B royalty. I know a lot of y'all out there don't really know R&B music, but that's why I'm here. And that's why Amani's here. Right?
Yeah.
If I'm slipping, Amani has my back.
And Ish.
Don't do that, Ice.
What you giggling? He an R&B head too?
I know you're not going to leave me out the conversation.
And Mel.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Yo, bro, just because a nigga never made a song, I don't mean that they don't know it sounds good.
Oh, shit.
I didn't say nothing about you. Ice did. I'm rolling my eyes because Mel now is jumping in. Don't shoot it, Ice, nigga. I'm with you.
I'm with him.
It's like a tennis match.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Who in here is an R&B head?
Me.
Who in here has put out an R&B project?
Me.
Oh, okay.
You
there
have?
we go. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know if it was classified as that, but all right.
That's hate.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Let me start this thing the way we're supposed to start.
Hey, baby, it don't even matter. We can do whatever you want to do.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. If you are an incel, a red pill nigga, or somebody that has a hard time getting pussy, this is the time for you to leave. You might not know nothing about this, or maybe you should stay.
And learn something.
So you can learn a little bit. Hold up. Here we go.
I can tell by looking at you.
Now this.
That thing is good.
Oh my God. I can tell that thing is good. Marsha, what did you mean by that? I can tell. Can we get a lyric breakdown?
It's self-explanatory.
I can tell that thing is good.
It may have been a grey sweatpant moment. It may, there are telltale signs to
Gets
go.
them all the time.
I love a little London freak.
Shoe
That accent, yo. Oh my gosh.
It's the movement. It's the posture. You can just tell.
So you can't tell when a nigga has the good.
Absolutely.
Can you tell when he has the bad?
Sometimes. But sometimes the surprises are the one that you never knew will put it on you in such a way. In such a way, it makes you look at them different. Like, all right. Who knew
I ain't gonna lie.
that this person will blow my back
The accent
out?
is even in the
Marsha. Oh my God. Marsha.
Yes.
Blow my back out. Oh my God.
We about to have a good
She
vibe.
said it so proper, too.
It's an accent.
I love it. I love it.
Blow my back out.
Did you hear what you just played? So good is disgusting.
No, this is the one.
No, we know.
This is the one right here.
Go for it.
I already knew about Marsha's bag, but when this project came out, this is early night, late night, fucking you in the morning, something good. Whatever and when it came out, I was like really good in bed when this dropped. Not so much today.
But you can handle
But when this came out, I was great in bed, and I used to go to this song, and the women had never heard it, but they would be like, what is that? What is that you're playing? Your songs are so sexy. Is anybody ever inclined to play your shit during?
I am the music.
All right, nah.
Bars.
I am the music.
During.
During.
Here, I'm giving you all of that.
Okay, all right. Lead up
Holy
question.
shit.
Yo, if you moan in an F minor, I'm gonna be tight.
Oh my God.
F minor moan?
Clear out. Let Big Mel get in that bag.
Oh, no, it's a
Lead up
chromatic
question.
scale depending on what you do with it.
Oh my God.
So,
She's hitting the relative major. I'm coming in like 3 minutes.
She do that. I'm doing the hula hoop. I'm hitting the hula hoop in the bed. Mel, what you at?
In your own intimate moment, have you ever, or do you make it a practice to sing in their ear while?
Are you a freak?
Tell me. I mean, I know you all want to know. I know you all were thinking
I
it.
didn't want to know. You're a freak.
this is the thing. Someone making you sing is different than actually singing during sex. Because when you're really getting it, that note is absolutely off key. Not in tune.
I don't think he
Not
minds.
on beat.
Yeah.
Damn.
There's no rule to it. It's what did you make me do? And whatever that song sounds like.
I don't want to be here. No
Let
more.
me, yeah, me
what it
neither.
I think everyone.
I was singing it.
Everyone's moist all of a sudden.
I gotta go to the-
Like,
I gotta go to the car.
Really?
I gotta go to the car.
She ain't about to call me
You
the
missed a little
voice.
hot pants now. You missed.
Wait, what Miss Hot Pants?
You missed a little hot pants, man.
Because I gotta go get my Moderna.
We not moist though.
No, we not moist, so hold up, though.
No, I am. My balls sweating. Fuck y'all talking about?
Little Gucci, little wet.
Shit.
The wet Gucci.
But wait now.
the energy in the room shifted, is what I'm giving it. So yes, you'd have
The
to
energy
make-
normally shift when the Freaky London joint walk in. Everybody here know, maybe not. You know, a little bit?
I'm picking
Freaky
up.
London joint.
Yes.
Marsha, let's make some noise for Marsha. Let's make some noise. R&B royalty is in the building. Marsha Ambrosius is here. How are you,
I'm
Marsha?
great, thank you. How are y'all?
Couldn't be better.
Good.
Couldn't be better. So glad and thrilled that you are here with us. I'm gonna try to keep my composure because I just got mad R&B questions.
Go for it.
When it's R&B niggas here, I got questions. My first question that you don't have to answer is, what is the Flowetry backstory and where is that young lady who we love?
Natalie Stewart. She's in England and still doing her thing, creating music and doing what she does. So everything's love.
No word on maybe a Flowetry reunion? Am I being messy?
No, not at all. We did a reunion 2015, 2016, and that's the year I met my husband. And
I came
the
to that.
year I got pregnant. Yeah,
I was at that show.
did. And
You got
your
there. And my
mom was
mom.
there too.
And my
yes.
mom.
So, time happens, pandemics happen, life happens, and you never know what's going to happen with time. And here we are, 2024, and I've got a Dr. Dre Presents Casablanca album about to drop.
Amazing.
That's how you know when you're dealing with a pro. Going to get you off the old T and into the new project. You've been teasing the Dr. Dre. I feel like you've been teasing the Dr. Dre produced project for a while, even before it was announced, I feel like.
Yeah, for a long time.
Even he did, because we were excited, but it was a pandemic. So we recorded it 2021, did the live string arrangement around about September. We recorded the album April through May, early June, signed, sealed, delivered, 27-piece orchestra that September.
Damn.
And then
Wow.
Dre was posting to Instagram, yo, this is the best work I've ever done, taking selfies of himself in the orchestra pit. We hadn't cleared a sample yet, no business
those,
done, one of those. So then we went into that process, and that literally took over a year in legal work to get through every single sample we used on this album, because it digs deep.
Frustrating or good time to be patient?
Both. Because you know what the work is and you want to share it. At that point, I knew we were going to share the work. So it was like, come on, quick. And then it was, we couldn't clear certain things. So we went back in a couple of times just to correct, okay, we couldn't get Prince's estate to sign off on something. So let me change verse 2 of something. We couldn't get Rod Temperton's estate. So we were like, okay, let's change the intro to this. So I was still enjoying not only the creative process of all that is, but it was, I can wait for a Dre album. Like, who gets a Dre album?
Right.
I'm the only person on the planet
That really
that
gets one.
says,
Right.
That's real.
I have a full Dr. Dre produced and mixed album, so I'll wait.
Yeah.
Good point.
Dr. Dre is Dr. Dre, but can you speak to that, like the legendary Dr. Dre actually coming through on a full R&B album. And what does that mean, right? Like I can't remember the last R&B album I heard Dr. Dre on. It might have been Truth Hurts if I'm just freestyling.
You haven't? Well, it's not really an R&B album at all, if you call it something. The genre became Casablanca, whatever that means. It initially was jazz, but jazz met hip-hop, and then Dre's creative mind, my creative mind, and us coming together, we just did something that I don't even think we expected. But when we did that very first song, it was like, it was magic.
I was about to say, I keep calling you like an R&B legend, but I just know you as a music head.
That too. So imagine two creative, absolute music heads to the core meeting, and it was like a DJ battle. So he's like, all right, Duke Ellington. I'm all right, I like Charlie Parker. All right, George Benson. All right, Patrice Rushen. All right, Wu-Tang. All right, Michael Jackson. And we're making all of these things make sense in the same song. And that was just one song credit. Like, all them things are in one song.
Wow.
So it was a DJ battle, if you will, with the hard-hitting beats that only a Dre can do. But melodically, and with what I did with my pen for this album, even I've written some sexy songs. I ain't never done this, though. This is different.
That was my next question. Is there something for us to fuck to on there?
Ooh, is there?
Oh, that's it. All right, that's it. Yep. Marsha said it is, and it is.
I'm scared. Sounds like sophisticated fucking too with the orchestra vibe, like red wine.
Yeah, like adult fucking.
No, this sound like crying in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You might
the back
keep
of that
a
neck.
bow tie on.
Yeah.
Like, why are you still wearing a bow tie during this? I don't know. You might need to be formally dressed and then slowly unzip anything and make it happen that way. Because as soon as you press play on it, it just sounds expensive. That's the only way I can describe
I bet it was.
It's Dr. Dre telling me there was no limits, no boundaries, no budget.
That's
just
amazing.
what are we doing? Not only amidst the pandemic, but it was chaotic outside. It was apocalyptic outside. It was, the world is ending. It's never going to be the same again. And if we were to meet our musical minds together and make something that, if this were the last album we were ever going to do,
Then we'd be fine with it.
oh, absolutely. That's it.
When does it drop?
June 28th.
Oh shit. That's
Wait. This shit comes
That's
out
a couple
soon?
weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta get
Like next
prepared.
week?
Yeah, couple weeks.
You need to prepare.
How many tracks?
Wow.
Features? What can you
so-
tell us?
I can tell you that there are 11 titles in total, but there
Way
are
more songs.
17,462 pieces of music on there.
Wow.
I'm exaggerating,
Oh.
but it's like,
Well, even the
I get
first,
where you're
the
going.
first single was a couple of different.
so imagine
sections.
just that being an entire album. You press play on it and you don't know where you are.
Sounds like set up like kind of like classical or operatic type of thing.
Think of it like that. Absolutely. So
Dope.
you just press play and you have to let that thing ride. It's an album. It's a piece of art. We didn't make it with the intention to, oh, let's make this song, then that song, then this song, and kind of piece the puzzle together. It was, this is a symphony. And if it were just jazz or just hip hop, what does that sound like? So yes, it's love, it's hate, it's sex, it's lust, it's pain, it's anger. It's
my bag.
All of the
That's
emotions.
Joe Budden. That's Joe Budden right there.
Joe Budden right there.
I cannot
Yeah.
wait for this.
what it
Features?
is.
Features?
The samples are the features. They stand out so commanding, and I wanted to give everyone their flowers that I've always respected and always honored. It would be unfair for me to interfere with that. So yes, Method Man is on there. Yes, Nas is on there. Yes, Mary's on there.
You such a
Nas
head.
is on there. Like, there's too many people on there.
Got it.
So this features, there's one other male vocal, Dre works with a lot, Sly, and I had him sing an R&B hook that I wanted a male to say, please don't go, because I felt like that sentiment doesn't happen anymore. That begging in R&B.
It does not.
doesn't.
happen.
It
It does
ain't no
not
begging in
happen
R&B
anymore.
You know, so I would just say, please don't go.
Why?
Please don't go. Like, please don't go, baby. Baby, please. And that
Why
was
do you think that the begging doesn't happen anymore? I have a reason, but I
it's
don't share it around
easy.
girls.
It's easy.
The
You don't
girls,
have to
right? The
beg.
girls are easy.
Girls or guys.
That's why niggas don't
Everyone's
beg
a
no more.
thoughting.
It's true.
Yeah, women stop demanding the audience. Stop
Everybody's
demanding for
fast.
men to beg. Yeah.
And that's okay. It's perfectly fine. But the music,
suffers.
it suffers. I don't even think it suffers. It's not timeless. The timeless classics are the ones that made you beg, made you wait. You'll play that tomorrow. The ones that made you get it right then and there, are you playing that 24 years from now? Maybe. Some of them, but not all of them. The timelessness in the music is the mystery, the mystique, the ones that made you, one, wait for it. And if you were fast, you have to pay for that. And it's expensive. Right now it's free.
That's why niggas do the dick and dash. Yeah, they run out. It's expensive now. How does it feel? I feel like Say Yes is timeless.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Classic.
I feel like even timeless is an understatement. I feel like many of these young whippersnappers may have been conceived to say yes. Some of my best threesomes to say yes.
I wanted to say,
Like, how does it feel to have that type classic in your bag? Like, I got a classic on some hippity hop, you got served shit in my bag. It feels good if I'm at the diner and it comes on. But
At the diner.
for Father's Day, it came on. They played Little Joe Budden set. I was like, hey, you get that?
That's me. That's Daddy.
Daddy.
Well, truth be told, I'm busting the entire dance routine at the said diner.
Thank you.
It comes on, I will.
Thank you. But if I had something slow, like Say Yes in the tuck, like when the lights are dim,
When the orgy
when
starts.
people are tipsy a little bit,
When the orgy starts.
Yeah.
Thank you.
or even a fucking karaoke classic. Say Yes.
Open mic. Everywhere.
Open mic classic.
Someone's performing it right
You
now.
have to perform it.
Right now.
Yeah.
I'll ask you a question I asked them on a recent pod, and I didn't like their answer. As far as duets go, Make It Last Forever, Keith Sweat versus Fire and Desire, Rick James.
Fire and Desire.
Thank you.
That's what everybody said.
It's not close.
Oh, that's
See how fast she said it?
That's what everybody
it's
said.
different. It's different. Make It Last Forever is a bop, and it's nice, and it feels good, and it's very daytime barbecue in comparison to Fire and Desire felt passionate. You were cold as ice. And then you can feel Tina Marie just woo that falsetto, and she's in his grill. They were both aggressive. You turn on my
Then they let it go.
fire. Oh,
That's singing.
that was some
That's
Emotion
singing.
is different. You know,
Listen,
that's
it's different.
yeah, it's different.
It was different. It was the passion in there. So
Okay, so
Easy.
no, I ain't gonna turn it up.
Nah, turn it up.
boo.
All right, so
Sorry.
all right, so that song we still play that song.
100%. Joe, it all depends on where you're at listening to these records.
No, I could play that record anywhere.
Cool.
I'm just talking about in terms of
What? Going outside and hitting a little lounge
rest
or
in
something?
peace, Rick James. Rest in peace to
Tina Marie.
Tina Marie.
That's it. We'll leave it alone.
I don't play Make It Last Forever either.
Y'all didn't hear about
Why?
any of the stories?
Yes, we did.
We don't care about the
We
stories.
don't care about the story.
So sometimes we care, sometimes we
I
don't.
purposefully ignored it. Yes.
Okay.
Willful,
Moving on.
willful ignorance.
That shit happened before I could remember it. Then I don't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't spoil a good time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
R&B is kind of spoiled if we get into like today's politics with all of our favorite records.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes. Absolutely.
Sadly enough, yeah.
Music in general, art in general.
A lot
All the
of
way
it,
across
not
the
just
globe.
R&B.
Gerald,
The
right.
begging.
Yeah, exactly. It's done.
That's
You felt,
harassment.
Word.
Yeah.
what music helped you to fall in love with music?
Jodeci. Jodeci was like my first
You like
first
a lot of the
crush
toxic
era
people.
was like, you said what?
You like the toxic people.
No. Jodeci were young men, bare chest, Doc Martens, saying, so you're having my baby and you mean so much to me. And there's nothing more precious than to raise a family.
That's
They
when
were
niggas wanted
church
babies.
boys.
And there was nothing soft about them as far as their image.
Nothing.
They didn't
They
come
were
off like
the
little
most
punk niggas.
Gangster, sensible, beautiful group for me.
Come
Because
and
there was
talk to me.
still an edge with them because of how it was aesthetically presented.
Mm-hmm.
But within the
Agreed.
work, forever, my lady, there's nothing toxic about that. They shouldn't have even been on that.
There's something toxic about it, but I'm not bringing it up.
There is-
Where?
I don't.
Forever My Lady is a song that Al B. Sure wrote for Kim Porter, right?
So that's to interpret with the intention from the actual premise of the writer, and that's
Yes.
a backstory. But every creator has that. Like,
Got it.
Say Yes was for Ron Isley, but he didn't take it. So I was writing from a
Wait,
place.
wait.
Don't glaze over that. That's
Myself
major.
and Andre Harris, Philly, we had to create
Shout
a
out to Dre
demo
Harris.
because we were absolutely doing Say Yes for Ron Isley. I wrote Ron Isley, Say Yes, melody, intentions, all of the melodic inflections with him in mind.
I'm listening to it in my head and
So
trying
just
to
do
put
a Ron
this-
Isley riff to it.
Now I
But
feel
not
like
af-
there should be
not-
a remix, a Ron Isley remix or something.
There's only one la da 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 da. That's all.
I can hear
just
it.
The,
I can hear
it was Ron Isley. He just didn't take it. So my intention, I listen to Say Yes, and you hear what it is because it's coming from a female now, and it's me being demanding in the bedroom, like, look, let me undress you. Like, yo, that's hard. She's saying all you gotta do is say yes. Don't deny what you feel, and it wasn't intentional. But just came off that way because now it's my song.
came off
So
that
he,
way.
was.
so he heard the demo and passed. After the song blows up the way that it has, did he ever come back and say, shit, I fucked up?
Not really.
No,
Is it
That's
in
Ron
the-
Isley.
in the
He got
heart?
some
No, but like, I mean, like, there's Denzel Washington will be like, there's movies that I
there's
passed
movies
on
for
where I was
sure.
like,
For sure.
Yeah,
shoot,
this is
you know what I
true.
mean?
But every creative, I believe, have always missed those opportunities in the
Yeah.
moment, not seeing, and then going in hindsight, like.
No, I just wondered if it was like a moment that he
And
shared with you,
imagine
like,
he's-
ah, damn,
No,
I
but
should
I
have
feel
taken
He's
like-
it.
been missing these moments since the 50s, probably.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
but also catching his own
Ain't
moment.
that-
yeah, no doubt.
Catching
That's what I'm
my
saying.
own
Yeah, yeah.
You win some, you lose.
He's probably got his own records that he was
Yeah.
like, damn, I should have put that one out.
So,
But
is
can
it
you
an
tell me
L?
about the
Not
time
really.
that you tried to, that an artist told you, hey, no, this isn't for me, and you maybe tried to give a second effort of urging them or reconsider or sleep on this at least?
Nah, I'm not, if it's not for you, cool. I'm not even tripping. Sometimes it just doesn't work, and that's perfectly fine. It finds its way when it's going to get there, and sometimes you don't know when that's going to be. Like Butterflies was never for Michael Jackson. It found him by ways of me recreating that in Philly years later, and him hearing the demo, and now it's absolutely for him. I can't hear anyone else on Butterflies.
I was mad
other
at you
than
for
him.
that.
I didn't write it for him.
I was mad at her for that. Why? Because you released a version of you doing it,
I loved it.
I love
and because
it.
I love Mike, like I love Mike, I didn't want to hear that you killed it.
You bodied it.
Like I get it, but it's one of those moments like
I feel like
fuck.
Marsha's version has a whole different bop than Mike's.
It does.
It
Yeah.
does, and then
It's my rhythm, but
Yeah.
that's Mike's choices in how he wanted to do that. And I vocally produced him to a T, to his specs. He was like, look, I want to sound like your demo. But Mike's more percussive
More
than
staccato.
me.
He's
so
real on top
I'm
of
like
the-
flowing, like, all you gotta do. And he's like, all you got to do.
Yeah.
He's on beat rhythm, snapping the fingers, and it's making sense for him. So he made it his song,
Yeah.
but allowed me to creatively guide him the way that song's supposed to be. So every creative, if you miss your opportunity, you catch another one,
Yeah.
maybe, or you don't.
Yep.
You know?
Wasn't LaShawn a part of that? No? I thought LaShawn Daniels.
no, that's Rocky Wood.
You're right. My bad. Part.
Yeah, that's yeah. So that entire album though, like we were at Hit Factory in New York, and Teddy Riley's tour bus was downstairs, and he's trying to make more beats to make more songs for the album. And I think Butterflies might have been the very last one that made the Invincible album.
Wow.
Like tail end, like in the clutch, just psh. And it was a moment.
How much dip did that put on your chip?
I've been okay for years because of that one
Just
song.
because of that one song.
I'm like,
The dippiest.
Wait,
You know what's so crazy? The joint didn't get a video.
That's when the chip
it ain't-
break,
imagine
the sock
if
get
they got
the
a
chip
video
in.
and a budget. And,
Don't matter.
it was life changing and still very much is. You have to understand, I was green in the game when that happened for me. Like, just got to America, just created this demo, just got signed, and months later, I'm in the studio telling Michael Jackson what to do. So that was my beginning, but it was like, Okay, so
Look
what
at
do I
God.
even do now? Like, I don't even really care. Like, let's just have fun. And
Shoot
if it
flies.
works, it works.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, So, I have Mike on speed dial that entire time. Like, since working with him and occasionally picking up and, oh, it's Michael. What's up, Mike?
Wow.
Mike. Yeah, I'm good. Like, what? On my Sprint, I think I had a Sprint phone. It's terrible.
Mike
Poor
calling on the
quality.
Sprint is amazing.
Think about no Instagram at the time, no, IG live
Right, true,
capabilities. I'm got the most grainiest footage from a Sprint phone that ever existed, or like audio from that time. It was a time though, 2001, like just magical, man.
Once Mike worked with you, you really don't need nobody else.
Yeah,
on
shoe,
your-
shoe fly. Fuck it.
Yeah. it's true.
Didn't, but then the nerve to have the album that follows that up with a Say Yes and Floetic, and it's a timeless classic, and only time would tell that. So to still do all of these things amidst having achieved that so early on, but Mike said it, like, if this is your beginning, imagine where you're gonna go. I didn't know where I was gonna go. I was like, I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, this is it.
I think people for music or in any art, they're like, one-hit wonders, or you only need one.
If you're saying
Sometimes
23
you need
years
20%
later,
of one.
Of one.
Yeah. I have an album
I have
cut.
70% of that one, 70% of
Oh.
just that one, and many others to
Wait,
go.
clap it
But
again.
like,
Wait, hold on. I swear to you, I'm gonna clap. How much you said you got?
7-0.
7-0.
Seven,
So 70. 17, not 17.
no, like 69. One more. Yeah,
You know how you felt about the Ryan Seacrest shit?
yeah.
That's how you feel right
That's
now.
how I feel.
right?
Yeah.
That is amazing.
that's Michael.
On a Michael
though.
single.
Grow up, man. Go to bed. Go to bed. Are there any? Has there ever been a song or songs that you heard that you wish were yours?
Dang. Tough. No. That's crazy, huh?
Really?
No. I respect art so much. I can appreciate that shit's good. Like, fuck. But not I wish that was mine. And this is gonna sound absolutely conceited. When I did this shit with Dre, it sounded so unrealistic. I was jealous of my own shit.
You were right. That does sound conceited.
That sounds amazing.
It's terrible.
That's fly.
Like,
Yeah, but
mildly,
people do it.
but it's just
It's artist
unrealistic.
conceit, so it ain't real conceit.
Like,
I
I
can see
pressed
that, though.
play and it was just, this is outrageously unfair. Like, no one should be able to do this shit. And it's mine. I get it. But it was so much Dre. It was so much the rest of the team. It was so much a symphony that this shit goes with or without me.
All right. Since your answer was very conceited, I'm going to ask a different question now.
Okay.
Where were you at mentally when you dropped? I hope she cheat on you with a basketball player. Come on, let's. Where was you at when if our confidence was a little lower back then? Where were you when
Bring
that
me back
record?
down to size.
Yeah, let's bring. Hey, all this Michael Jackson shit.
Get mad.
When that little hussy took your nigga.
No. I was in my duffel bag. Fuck him and the clique he came from. Like, no, like, I hope she cheats on you with a basketball player. And these were the Ustream days. I had like a Ustream TV channel, and I'd just gone through some shit, and I freestyled that. Like, I think I was making the beat on the table, one of those like cafeteria joints, and I hit up Kanai Finch, who I'd worked with within that month span. I was like, yo, I have this idea. And we went in the studio, recorded the song. And at that time, I was doing the project with J Records, late nights and early mornings. And before I knew it, it was on radio. No video, no nothing. It was just moving this needle. I was like, oh, shit, something's happening. And then we start rolling out Late Nights and Early Mornings and Far Away happens piggybacking
Oh,
off
man,
of
Far
that.
Away.
So those two songs don't go together
Yeah.
at all. They're on the same album. But I don't know if Far Away gets the notoriety it did and the eyes on it that it did if Hope She
Without.
Cheats don't happen. So once again, yes, a low moment in my creative
There we
life.
go. Good. Good for your ass. You had too many
Look
highs.
at how it all
But you
turned out
capitalized
now.
off of it, darling.
The first
yeah.
album, the first album, you have a favorite off of there? The first Flow With You
They're
album.
all my babies.
Nah.
No favorite.
No. So you're saying they're all my babies. I'm listening to both of you. But
I'm sorry.
tough. Mistress or If I Was a Bird.
There you go.
If I Was a Bird,
You'd be
I
Joe
wrote
Budden.
in Camberwell. No, that shit is about basketball. I tore ligaments. My hoop dreams were over. I was never going to Georgia Tech. And if I was a bird, I'd fly away. So it was really a nod to Michael Jordan's documentary, Come Fly With Me. And I just knew I was never going to dunk from the foul line because I tore ligaments. If I was a bird, I'd
you hear
fly
the
away.
history of these
That's
Yo,
what
the
happened.
inspiration.
That's what happened.
exactly.
That's
That's exactly what happened.
crazy.
So that's how that song happened.
I would have never thought that came from
Basketball.
a torn ligament.
Fire.
Have you ever dreamed small? Like, it sounds like I'm listening
Good
to you, right? And either you're the luckiest of the Lucky Charms, or your ability to manifest and just think great. Like my mom tells me that. Like I'll think of something, she's like, I'd have never thought of that. You just think a lot bigger than me. Listening to you, I'm getting. She think big to the point where even if she came up short, that shit was gonna be ginormous.
My coming up short is, Ron Isley didn't take Say Yes. Oh.
Oh, it was still a hit though.
Look at her coming up short.
Timeless
But
classic.
if we're
crazy.
going to go for things that I was attempting to do, that's the work still being done, but oh no, Ron Isley didn't take it. But then history will tell you what happened because of that. So I don't know. I don't think I've been raised to dream small. No dream was big enough. And I even feel like still now my actual life and things that I've achieved in it surpass my actual dreams. You don't dream up, oh, Dre's gonna connect with you over the pandemic and things are gonna happen that all of these stars or planets align and you're gonna do an album. Like, what?
Have you worked with Babyface?
No,
And why?
I don't know. That just hasn't happened. That is crazy.
That would be.
That's odd to me.
It is. It's
That would be
weird.
the one.
Timing, but yeah, just never happened.
Got
but
it.
should.
Got it.
Can I ask? Because you have musical brain, I'm pretty sure it's kind of hard to probably just listen to certain people. But who are you listening to today?
I still listen to like movie soundtracks. I'm like a John Williams, E.T., Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I love
Indiana
like move the
Jones.
scores. Love.
Yeah. So I watched Beetlejuice, the original. I know the new one's coming out. Danny Elfman on the plane just to fall asleep to.
Are you getting ready for the new Beetlejuice that's coming
Oh,
out?
absolutely.
They
have
better-
to.
they better not
just
fuck
for
it up.
nostalgia.
They're not gonna fuck it
so
up.
I have
It'll be tight if
to.
they
You
fuck it
can't
up.
They
top
shouldn't.
that. Michael Keaton,
Look like he's
just
never mind.
Stop
next
it.
level.
It's Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Don't say it
Michael
two more
Keaton
times.
should
You're right.
It's demonic.
Michael Keaton look like he's melting.
Just
All right,
leave
that's
him
fine.
Yo, he's
alone. Okay,
supposed
and
to
he
look like
looks
he's
like
melting in
what
the
is he? A
movie.
demon? Like what the
He's
fuck?
an
You know what I'm
actual
saying?
demon in
Yeah.
there.
I got
You
it.
can't
They got
say his name
CGI.
3 times.
They'll get it
Yeah,
right.
You
They'll
said it
tighten
once.
him
I
up.
already said
They'll
it.
tighten
Don't
him
say
up.
it
And he's
again.
still a great actor, so okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I do. I listen to soundtracks, but I think our workout music is usually Baby Keem or Pink Sweats. It's weird. It's a combination of the two.
Okay.
They're the two that kind of fall in. Was it Leon Thomas? A couple of others that sprinkle. As far as newness,
Yeah.
I'm still on the same playlist I've been on my whole life. Mike, Prince, Stevie, and anything that falls under those umbrellas.
So if you could pick a decade to go back to musically, which one would it be? If you could just insert yourself in the middle of any decade.
Dang it. Maybe 70s. Early 70s and grown enough to understand that time.
I'm scared of them 90s. Oh,
Early 70s. So
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So, yeah, if I was grown enough to endure that time musically, I think I'd live there.
Have you heard Cisco's Unleash the Dragon album?
Of course.
Okay. That was a random question, but she's such a head that I wanted to throw it at.
Unleash
Y'all
the
niggas
Dragon.
gonna make me unleash
Do you
the
remember
dragon.
the
That's a
video
classic.
for that?
Yeah, what?
The video was like a video game. He did so many backflips. I think you could, like, he has to win an award for the backflips done in an R&B video. Like, it's OD. There's an entire dragon in it before CGI was CGI.
That's true.
Why did you ask me that?
He thought he was
That's your
stumping
Def
you.
Jam hate. That's what that was.
No.
They spent the whole budget on
I
that.
forgot why I thought of that specific
That's what it
album.
was.
But I'm
That's
like,
what it was.
now
That
I'm
album is
thinking
fire.
about this, but it was
That
a
album's
good
fire.
album.
No, but you
It was a good
said-
album.
It was.
Good album.
No, I won't ever hit on that album.
They spent Def Jam spent mad money on that budget for that.
saw
R.
that
Kelly
dragon
spent
was
mad time
huge.
making sure nobody ever heard it. That was a bad time to beef with R. Kelly. That was just a bad time, is all I'm saying.
Horrible time.
What word of advice would you give your younger self? I mean, before we met Michael Jackson, before we knew the Ronald Isley shit was coming, if you could tell yourself a word, it sounds so cliche, but I still want to know. What word of advice would you give your younger self?
You don't know everything. And it's okay not to know. Just go with your gut. Always. But you don't know everything. Get out of your own way. And just believe that this journey is meant to be. And stay on it.
All right, she's good, so let me try to switch it up.
Yeah.
Have you, she's too good. Do you still speak to any of the men/people that you have used as a muse?
Yep.
I was about to
Maybe
ask.
all of them.
Wow,
So
shit.
I wanted to follow up.
That's
I was
fine.
going to ask, now that you're married, is your husband okay with sometimes being a part of those bad songs? Like, or does he feel a way when you go ahead and use them as inspiration for the bad songs?
She kicking the husband back in?
I'm just
No
He
way.
encourages that behavior. Because he knows that the music is more than just about my perspective as a wife and mother. I speak to more than just that version of myself. So I know what my pen was like when it was Hope She Cheating. I know what it was like when I was Say Yesin'. My wife pen, that was beautiful too. I get to Casablanca, and I had to get not only in my duffel bag, but the layers of it had to go back to that hurt woman that I was when my first heartache was getting late. And my first true, incredible orgasm was so good in 69. I had to be all of those people in that one album. So having a husband and him feeling like, okay, this one isn't about me. They're all about him. We go to the same house. We get in the same bed. This is all you, babe. You love me enough for me to be so safe and protected that I can be all of me, every single version of me, while
you
being
do got
with
a nice
him.
pen.
she kicking that shit right now.
You got a pen.
I'm about to ask. Yo, can you teach my girl how to do your accent?
Pull my cell phone out. Start writing some of this shit. What? Yo.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck, Corey?
You make me feel so
Holy
safe that I
shit.
could
All
just
types.
be vulnerable.
She's good.
With all of
She's
me.
good.
I said that shit before too.
I can be
And
every-
I had to go over.
It ain't
It sound like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it ain't sound like that.
I could be everyone
Sounds
when
like
I'm with
I'm
you.
coming.
Yeah, that shit was.
I was like, AI toxic AI. How do I get out of this?
What?
Okay, last thing you added to your artistry bag that made you a complete act. What was the thing that you felt, and only you would know this, that you felt you were missing from becoming her the way you're her?
It was putting that microphone stand in the middle.
Of
That
the
was-
of the stage?
Oh.
Got it.
I've been so used to stage left, closing my eyes, letting the mood take me. Once I didn't have that as almost like an invisibility cloak. I never wanted to be in the forefront. All this Marsha going solo and doing my own thing, I wanted to do that when I was in my teens, when I was lusting after Jodeci, and I wanted that whole R&B era to be what it was, and it didn't pan out for me. I'll take my L. That's fine. And then opportunities open up, and I am in the forefront, and I can't hide anymore because my pen is loud. I'm just different. I look different, sound different. I couldn't hide if I wanted to. So when I moved that mic stand, and it was just me, and I was welcomed by an audience in a way that I didn't even see for myself, that was the ta-da moment. That was the switch. That was, oh shit, I'm me.
A new door open.
Do you remember
You see
that
me.
very moment?
Constitution Hall in D.C.
Wow.
It's always DC.
DC seems to
That's
be a
DC,
magical
boy.
place.
It's always DC.
That DC.
And there was a moment in a show, I think I sang Feelings, and I was at the keys first, and I blacked out. And I just remember a standing ovation after that, and I broke down in tears. It was such an odd feeling because I hadn't had that before. I'd sang these songs before, maybe in a different way, but that moment, it just, it was a switch.
Is there anything in the industry, well, not industry, but just artistically, you looking to achieve still that you haven't reached yet?
You keep throwing the alley-oop right by there for the to the wrong horn. No, I'm not looking at anything. I've
Just
killed,
finished the
I've killed
project with
everywhere.
I've done everything.
37-piece orchestra.
70%.
Nah.
Like, the bucket list, I couldn't write that down. Ooh, Michael, Prince, Stevie, Dr. Dre, Kendrick, Drake. Just check. Joe Budden, check.
True.
Oh no, you saved my ass in the studio. I remember that, boy.
And I was at Larry Gold's in Philly when you hit me. I said, sure.
I had a song that I had.
He had that beat for a
I
minute.
had a beat that I loved for ages, and my fine writing ass just was stuck. I had no idea what to do with it, and I called Marsha. Marsha ended up coming to the studio. I'm begging, hey, please see if you could just do something with this. I love the beat. I
Killed
can't
that
figure it out. I'm
fucking
writer's
hook.
block. I'm slow. I can't. And she
that hook.
she said that shit. I was, oh my God, this is beautiful.
And we had to get
Oh,
that. We had to get that beat remade.
Yeah, we did.
You goddamn right.
Yeah.
You goddamn
We
right.
did.
My question for you is, because you're such a I just love you. I just love you. Do you notice obscure shit in songs? Like do you know who does your favorite backgrounds in a song? Like
Yeah.
who has your favorite harmonies in a song?
Yeah. I'm gonna know the things. One of the things that stood out where I started doing that is I knew that Faith Evans did backgrounds on
Superstar.
an Usher interlude that Chucky Thompson produced on his first record. So it was Can't Stop, and it was just impeccable. And then it goes into the Devontae produced If My Heart Could Speak,
Devontae,
Whispers, and Can You Get With It. So I'm looking at credits, and I remember creating my own album cover saying, ooh, produced by Devontae Swing, and making my own what I wanted it to be. Only for 24 years later and still brush shoulders with my superheroes in music. Like,
It's fine. Yeah, that gotta
so
feel
yeah,
great.
as far
That
as
gotta
like
be some
the
shit.
manifestation game, don't come around me telling me that you want something if you don't want it, because it's gonna happen, and you may or may not be ready for that.
If you're willing to do the work.
Shout out to Devontae. Shout out to actual producers, right? Like I recently stumbled across a story. I want to say it was KC or somebody that was there around that time, saying how he didn't want to perform. They didn't want to do the fucking, what's the Freaky Deaky song, Jodeci?
Freaky
Every
Deaky?
time I
Freaky.
close my eyes.
Exactly.
So Devontae was like, hey, I know you don't want to sing this song. Come back tomorrow. I guarantee you'll want to sing this song. And Devontae put like 20 naked girls in the booth. And sure enough, KC wanted to sing around 20 naked girls. But that's producing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Knowing how to
But
get
that is
whatever I need out
Out
of you.
the best. It brought out the best in them.
It's true. It's true. Two things. What do you think about the 90s you brought up Faith, and I always think of all them classic interludes. What do you think about the 90s R&B interlude being dead? And do you wish that it would come back? Or are you cool with it leaving?
It was what it was, and yes, I wish that more artists would do it now, but I don't think they're capable.
I don't think they're incentivized.
Storytelling. There's no intention to make timeless. It's right now music. If you're making right now music, you don't even make time for the actual song, let alone the interlude. The song is a hook and a hook
Shit,
and a
the
hook
damn
and a
song
hook
is
and a
almost
beat
a
and a
damn
hook.
Song be 2 minutes.
Same time as the
DSPs
So-
have damn near become social media.
Yeah.
Like people just want to put shit up there to keep up with the algorithm and shit, as opposed to like creating.
Which is
fucking
for
art.
right now, but 24 years from now, what does that look like? What does that sound like? Can you still generate your percentage of what you own right now? Then what's sustainable? Because you're going to make all of this microwave shit. Then what? If you never marinated, you know.
Do you kind of
never
have similar
cooked.
feelings over the death of the bridge? I miss a bridge.
I never got rid of the bridge. The bridge stays. But like I said, they're not creating for right now. There's a desperation with the evolution of R&B and its current state is these kids are writing like there is no tomorrow. We were writing from a place of, in the future, I would like my life to look like this.
What would you say to that act, though, right? Like, when I was 21, you're right. I wasn't even thinking about whether these songs would play when I was 44 and 45 years
Right.
old. What would you say to that artist out there that's making cool shit, but I ain't really thinking about later on? Like, how could we incentivize them too?
It depends on what they want, because if they want it right now, go for it. Because that has a space to live too. But the ones that want this tomorrow, just understand what that is going to be then. 24 years for me, later for me, is this. What's 24 years later for them?
Can you steal your question? What was your first album purchase?
2. It was Madonna, True Blue, and De La Soul's first album.
Oh,
3 feet
At
high.
Woolworth.
Yeah.
3 feet high and rising.
She's such a head. I told you she's a head. What can we do to get paid more for Spotify?
It's a
Or we just
loaded
fucked?
question.
Of course.
And I would love for there to be some way artists that signed contracts before a certain time when the rules were changed, that you could actually look at that and say, how in the hell am I supposed to fulfill a 5-album deal based on my sale then meaning something completely different? So contractually, I shouldn't be able to abide by me going into a Tower Records, you have to purchase my single or my album at cost. Then you've diminished it to a monthly subscription where the consumer can listen to everybody?
For free. Or for one price.
Right, for one price.
Or
What's that
for
done for
ad
my
revenue.
sale?
Right.
Yeah.
So contractually, if I'm signed to a label that has said I've then got to deliver these albums and I've got to recoup this, where
How?
does that money
Holding
go
the
and
old
how?
metrics and
Now I'm 97 on album 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
According to
switched
the
the whole game
numbers,
up.
it's
Yeah.
so if artists that were signed at a time where this was the requirement and you wanted me to make a hard sale, it's like concert ticket sales. You have to sit in the seat and watch me perform for that to be a thing. Pay it fairly. So legally, if you look at my contract, where's this fair? Do the math. The math is not mathing. So everyone rally up, get your contracts together and say,
Fix it.
why? And who made that decision? And why does that stick? Like, who said, okay, this is it?
Yeah, 1,500
If
streams.
If I'd already signed a contract that says I then have to make it make sense, and it doesn't.
They just
And
made
there's
up a number. Hey, look, that many streams is a sale now.
Yeah.
So how I'm supposed to just work for the rest of my life by contract? It's a form of slavery. That's why Prince.
I felt like we needed
slave.
something similar to what the actors and writers went through in Hollywood recently with the
The
strike.
SAG Act, yeah, strike.
It's a bit bigger than that because It's the same. Let's say we do boycott. Let's say we say, okay, we're not doing anything until you change the percentage. How long do we stand until we're just all not getting anything?
Who you think bucks first?
As long as it takes. We stand for as long as it takes.
How many people
what does
are
that
willing
even
to
look like?
do that?
You first,
Well, that's the problem.
You first,
Yeah.
the
That's the
biggest problem
issue.
is you first have to figure a way to unionize.
Yeah.
To where you get enough people where it does make an effect, and you got to get those people to stick to it.
Yeah, that's why SAG worked out, and the Writers Guild worked out the strikes, because they're unionized, and it was a cohesive effort, and there was and it was do not cross the line.
Right.
There's standing in solidarity with one another. I don't see how this happens in the music business.
That the hierarchies of this industry would stand by that, but in certain instances,
They benefit.
the
from it.
hierarchy is benefiting.
Yeah.
They benefit from it.
So
The problem is
why would you change it?
I think most of the streaming money is made from catalog artists, most of whom are probably deceased, and someone else is controlling their shit, and they probably don't really care as much.
A
And
reason
then
why-
there's the people that get super favorable splits, i.e. Taylor Swift, Drake, and so forth,
Right.
who are not trying to change shit either because they're getting favorable splits.
Yeah.
They're the
So
ones that
between
move
that,
the needle.
who's left?
Exactly. They're the ones that will move the needle. But it's then again, who is willing to put themselves on the front line to do that?
Not very many.
To
Not
change
many.
anything.
Well, Taylor Swift is,
Taylor Swift
Yeah.
is.
and she is one of them. It just needs somebody else of that.
Well,
magnitude.
Needs
Taylor
a bit
Swift
more
got a
than
savings
that.
account too.
Right.
There you go.
But it's also unfair to the ones that can't even
Afford,
afford
yeah.
to make that move.
There you
So
go.
yeah, it's like I'm in a position to say, hey, I can stand off for a little bit.
But can my brother or sister do the same? Yeah.
Unfair. And
When
then
I-
there's too much money in our community that has been made that can compensate for that time, but who's willing to do
When you
it?
see see a lot of the actors and actresses post online their residual checks, and it looks bad, looks
Yeah.
horrible.
Oh no,
right?
I have them,
But,
and to the point where
but
you don't cash them. I didn't know they were
the
a real
artist,
thing.
the
16
artist
cents?
ass cap things that come, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just as bad, if not worse.
For sure.
So, yeah, I don't know how anyone survives in that space, and it would take people who can afford to lose out on 3 to 6 months of
It's rough, man.
industry shit.
I remember doing album signings in Tower Records and wherever, and you're literally watching people pay that bread, peel off the plastic, get it signed, and walk out, and you knew that that was an official hard sale. Right now, I'm waiting for my release date. I'm waiting for Casablanca to drop. And ultimately, I'm just waiting for people to hear it so I can go on tour.
Right.
Get dressed up, come see it, make it an event. Like it's the biggest billboard business card you could have. And so many artists are having to do it that way because that's how this industry has now been designed. Unfairly so. And will it change? I'm hoping so, because I know what my checks looked like a couple of years ago as it pertains to now. And I know my number difference, so I can only imagine everyone else's or assume what that looks like. And it's going to take a whole lot, and I just don't know who's willing to do that,
Facts.
to make that change.
Can you tell me about a time where either your record label or a collaborator tried to get you to be something that you were not? Or to represent something that you didn't represent?
Fortunately, I've never had that issue as I came into it.
That's her.
Very different. Yeah. So it was like, you stupid.
Facts.
But it's true.
I get it.
Fortunately, I was in a position where it was very much denim, afros, power to the people, speaking my truth, and only 22, 23 when I was doing it, but that was their gimmick. Oh, we've got these real people. That was the gimmick.
That makes
So it
sense.
was having honesty. So I just had to remain me throughout this. I have a very spoiled experience of that.
When's your birthday?
August 8th. 8.
Leo.
Leo.
Leos.
Leo.
Almost
The
Virgo.
Leo.
Almost a Virgo.
Almost Virgos.
Almost a Virgo.
Almost there.
Yeah.
Almost
That's
there.
why I fuck with her. She was almost down.
Could you see yourself investing time into building up another artist at some point in your career?
Absolutely, and have. And on the sly have done so for many And that's always been something I've wanted to do outside of being an artist myself, is artist development. Because I can see the ones that really want it and absolutely can help fine-tuning what it will take for them to get there. So what would that be, the ghostwriter equivalent of? The secret, the ghost whisperer of A&R?
The ghost manager,
yeah.
ghost A&R.
Exactly. That's another one of my titles. So yeah, for sure.
Oh, so you're saying you've already done that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't have to name names, just know that they are thriving and successful, and you're welcome.
That's dope. That's dope.
As her, you don't think it was foul for Usher to come out all of these years later and say, hey, Tevin Campbell, that Can We Talk record was mine?
It's a talking point.
No, that's crazy.
Is that what he said?
That's what we're living in. We're living in a time where I can tell my story now.
And then Tevin was forced. They asked Tevin about it. He was perturbed.
That's Babyface about it too.
Yeah, but asking Babyface and asking Tevin was like, oh yeah, I heard it and watched this, but it's mine now, nigga. He was mad. So as somebody that writes with that Isley take, Ronald Isley take, it's like, well, how she feel about it and how Tevin gonna feel about it is two different things.
Yeah.
But this is we're
gonna be
living in
mad.
podcast land. So now that you've mentioned Ron Isley, someone might see this and tell his
that's gonna
team,
happen.
like, ooh, they asked Marsha
That
Ambrosius
happens.
about it.
Yeah.
And it will be a reiterated moment that he may or may not have to speak on.
John B came up here and got me cursed out by Babyface. You R&B niggas better learn how to come up here and have an adult conversation without me getting cursed out by whoever you dragging up here. John B my man too. But Babyface heard that shit he said about, hey, I ain't get paid for none of my songs.
Yeah,
Wait,
like
he cursed
that
you
shit?
out for real?
He didn't curse me out, but he replied to the John B podcast segment of whatever he said.
Damn.
Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah, look, I got that down.
Good, lucky you.
They finished out the tour, so must still be peace. Oh, never mind. You're right. You're right.
Moving right along.
There we go.
Moving right along. Okay, so the new album is coming. I'm excited for this. Did you ask her about a favorite song on this project?
No,
I know you asked about a favorite song on the
Yes.
other project. Is it too early for you to tell us?
Can I tell them? It might be wet.
See,
What? Song,
Yo,
song,
what's
wait,
up?
song, hold on, what you say? Hold on.
No, Wet is the name of a song, y'all.
we know, nigga.
Oh.
No, that's what we know.
Okay, just checking.
Is it about the rain?
Wet.
Marsha,
Wet.
It was raining.
Marsha, I conceived the
Marsha
child
Wet, I'm
to-
downloading
Like,
that.
You gotta relax.
I'm downloading
She
Wet.
absolutely does not have to relax.
I'm getting
I
wet.
am here for
I don't
it.
need no
song,
more
squishy.
kids.
Well, aren't you getting? Never mind. Hold on. Nothing.
I am thinking about getting my, what's it called?
Vasectomy.
Vasectomy. I'm thinking about it. But Wet coming out now.
It's a good time to
Wait,
have it.
I'm not getting a vasectomy because Wet is coming out and that M. Night Shyamalan movie Trapped on August 4th.
What does
I gotta
that
fuck
have
after
to
that.
do-
You
Okay.
That
Dog,
seems
That's
you
the
can-
wrong movie
that's
to
the-
fuck.
No,
I'm
Wet
fucking
and
after
trap
that.
seems
No,
like
fair.
where you don't want to be.
No, nigga.
That's what it is for.
having the vasectomy before Wet makes it better.
No, but I might want to give her
Yes.
prep. Never mind.
Niggas ain't listening.
Never mind.
A Marsha record called Wet, and I know she saved some Michael Jackson backgrounds or some shit.
It's some ooze in there.
Something is in there. Something is in there.
There's some ooze in
9
there.
months from now, just a middle name or
Say less.
just
Aiming for a daughter too. Damn.
I've contributed to Planet Earth many a time, and I'm pretty sure that this
Planet
album
Earth.
will do that all over again for sure. But that song in particular,
Is it too early to ask about plans for the tour? Like,
not too early. I just know that there's a dress code for it, and that will be tux and chucks.
Love it.
Tux and chucks. Fire.
Okay.
Ball gowns and J's, whatever it be. Do your own variation of that.
You gotta get
But
some James.
it's a symphony.
feel free to buy me.
You got to bring an orchestra or
It has
something
to be something to
resembling
that
it?
effect.
Yeah.
It's going to be a live experience.
Have you hit the
and-
lotto?
You said
She has a Michael
Nigga,
Jackson
70%.
Joe,
No, she hit the lotto or some shit.
Yeah,
No,
she wrote the
70%.
She keeps
70%.
She keeps sneak flexing on us. I might bring the 70-piece orchestra on tour.
Yeah, because she got
City to
70%.
God damn. Nigga, take us
I
up there
won
with
the
a
lottery
DJ.
of life. That's
was-
why.
and a black screen. That was Carl Thomas. Don't do that. What? I'm not making fun. Those are my niggas. Those are my niggas. So you ain't never gonna catch me.
Do you think that? All right, let me be messy with Marsha a little bit. You can skip this question. Do you think that it's right for
know some bullshit.
Move. No, that's not true.
I know some
Anytime you
bullshit.
get
No,
Get out of your way.
I'm just running by things that I'm a little perturbed about. Do
what?
you think that it's wrong for people to hear Brian McKnight's catalog different because he don't love his first set of kids the way he loves his second set of kids? Like, do that change how we hear Anytime? One Last Cry. After the love is gone.
Anytime you want.
Every time you walk away.
Oh man.
I recently watched that episode where Martin proposes to Gina.
You got.
And Brian
You've never
sings
felt this way.
that.
When I look into your eyes, you goddamn right. We can't erase that from the history books.
No.
It's
we're not erasing
unfortunate that so many of our heroes, R&B and other, have done some very haunting,
Yes.
tragic things in their life that make the work distasteful.
Yeah.
That was a very diplomatic way of saying that.
Yeah, she's good.
But
Yeah,
do
'cause-
that
That was
apply to Brian
excellent.
McKnight though?
It
good.
applies to several people.
I'm just saying. Like,
And it is a personal preference where you won't be able to delete
Step in the
what
middle of
they've done and separate the art
My
from.
mind's telling
yo,
me.
yo,
I'm
yo,
just saying.
yo.
Sometimes you gotta get reminded. Sometimes
I
you gotta-
hear you calling.
But not when it's in A minor.
Well played.
Yo, no, that was funny.
man,
And I
that
broke
was
the mic.
funny,
That was good.
I broke the mic.
That was hilarious.
That was
dog.
good.
What do you think about? There's too many people that put list out, so I don't remember who put list out. But somebody did best albums of all time. Lauryn Hill, Miseducation
Apple.
was number one.
Yeah.
More importantly to me, Usher Confessions was
98.
ranked 98. Are you familiar with this list? The Apple list?
I saw the list.
Greatest albums of all time.
Lists are lists, and most of it was never my list. Most of the list, my list, 98 of those weren't on my list. If we're talking about personal lists, and because it's Apple or because it's Spotify or whoever it is, it's their personal preference. And if that's what they want to say it was,
All right, so I want to get your personal
What?
preference on things. The best Michael Jackson album is what?
Off the Wall.
Wow.
Second is Bad.
There we go.
Wow.
There we go.
Third
with
is
you.
Thriller.
There we go.
Wow.
Why?
I flip flopped my 1 and 2 on her
Off-
list.
off
But
Off the Wall.
Bad
had
is
such-
my-
Bad is
Number
very
one.
underrated.
Bad is
we
my-
talked about that.
Bad to
There
me is
was
number
a
one.
soul in that.
And Off the
that-
Wall.
Yeah.
Off the Wall was the shit, yo.
just
Yeah.
has a grit to it, unmatched. Followed up by Thriller, which is a spectacle, an extravaganza. Wow. But the I Am Him
Moment
is
is
bad.
bad.
Liberian Girl, Dirty Diana,
Dirty Diana.
Smooth Criminal.
That's prime
I
Michael.
just can't stop
Way You
loving
Make Me
you.
Feel.
The Way You Make Me Feel.
That is prime Michael.
Speed Demon, like Man in the Mirror, no skips.
Just can't stop loving you.
The nerve,
Yeah.
the nerve.
I keep
The
telling you,
nerve.
that's the best album. That's the best
my
Michael
favorite.
album. to me.
Front
I've been
to
saying that for a
back,
very long time.
passing out, fainting in front of
The military walking you through Bucharest.
No, that's
this
dangerous.
next level.
dangerous
But
album.
yeah, all of it. But it's Michael. That was the I Am Him album
Different, yo.
for sure.
That off the wall though.
Off the wall. I
That's
got.
Off the Wall for
I
me.
have.
I
Off the
mean,
Wall as my
Stevie
third.
wrote I Can't Help It. Like, it's
Yes.
just genius. There's
I
nothing
know, and I
wrong with
wish that I had Stevie's ref in my computer.
I'm sure you can find it on YouTube.
Oh, I might take back what I said about being, I want a song. I Can't Help It. I might want that.
Exactly. Speaking of Stevie, I saw you on
could hear
Tank's
you singing it.
podcast, and I've said the same thing on this podcast, but it's different from you saying it, so I'm gonna ask you: is he blind? Like, do you, on Tank's podcast, Marsha is down with us saying Stevie
she
can
with us?
see. She's down with us.
Oh, all right.
Or at least on Tank's pod, she was. It might have been shits and giggles.
Stevie can sing.
Yeah, make some noise. Make some noise.
That's what I'm talking
Stevie
about.
can sing.
She's got a caveat. She's got an asterisk.
Yo, you are.
And energy.
Hear what I'm saying.
Yep, here we go.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to his songs and tell me you can't see them. Every single one of them. Ribbon in the Sky. Where Were You When I Needed You? Superwoman. You saw that
that's
woman.
the one. I'll cry right now.
You and I, like, pick one. You can see them. Stevie's superpower is his ability to see music. And that's more visible.
He got to
than
see,
it can
because
ever be.
you mentioned Superwoman, and on the second half of that little Jezebel left Stevie when summer came. And you got to be able to see this bitch walk out the door during the summertime. Superwoman might be my favorite Stevie record besides As. Yeah.
No. These
Visions.
3 words.
The nerve. No. Visions.
Here, I'll be disrespectful for a second.
He can see music.
There are some people that say they prefer Intro's Ribbon in the Sky to Stevie's Ribbon in the Sky. To those people, you would say what?
I understand how you feel that way.
Thank you.
I do.
I might
It's just
stand
like
on this.
lately Jodeci.
Thank you.
And lately Stevie. It's
I know it sounds
tastefully.
It sounds like
done
blasphemy
cover.
to say that.
No, it's not. It's not blasphemy. It's I understand. I understand why people say.
I was
also
just
understand.
listening
Even
to
if I
it.
disagree, I still understand.
I don't agree.
I was just listening to it the other day, and what Intro does with that song.
They got
They
busy.
took it
His
somewhere
lead
else.
singer is amazing. He was
And
amazing.
rest in peace to
Rest
my
in
man. I
peace,
forget his
yeah.
name, but that was my
Yeah.
man, the lead singer intro.
He was
Did
amazing.
you?
Yeah.
I get it. I understand. I stand with the cruising thing, with D'Angelo doing Cruising over Smokey.
Yes.
I'm going to always go
I'm there
with
with that
D'Angelo version over Smokey.
And Luther. Luther covered a bunch of people's songs
Well,
and
Luther
made
was
them.
a cover act, right?
Luther made Luther's.
Luther.
They're Luther's
You don't even know
now.
them. Yeah, you don't even know them
their
people sing them
covers.
songs
Luther's
outside
songs
of-
now.
That's not true.
He snatched
No, you don't.
and claimed.
Yo, when Luther get your song, Whitney Houston get your song.
You know who Dionne Warwick is.
And you know who Dolly Parton is.
Stop. That's not true.
But you don't
He's covered.
necessarily know
Luther
they
did
sang
these
that
records
song.
the world.
and made
Wait.
them Luther's version of
do you
those
mean, ask the
records for
world?
sure. Like Luther is just Luther, and
Yeah.
that's just a cleverly done cover. Like even with Casablanca, we did spin on Stevie's visions, but he'd already written everything that you ever could to that melody. So we took the song somewhere else and wrote different lyrics, but gave that melody, gave that premise. Some things are just left untouched. Some songs are perfect, and Stevie can see the perfect song.
You can see.
You can see the perfect song. There's no other way to put that, and to feel it in his music. It's a gift.
Yeah.
You might need a minute for this, but what do you think is the best cover of all time? Cover. I know the fan answer is normally Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You.
It's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there.
No, my one's gonna be obscure. I did say Jodeci's Lately, but their Uptown Unplugged version.
That's the one. That is the one. That is the one.
There's
remember
nothing
that.
wroung with that performance.
remember
That's the real one.
It's
I don't even know what the recorded
live one?
lately
Yeah.
sounds like from Jodeci.
The live one was crazy.
It's
And the one on fucking Martin was crazy. That was
Martin killed it too.
Did you see Bad Boys 4?
Not yet. Oh my gosh, we're lined up to see it though. I'm very
Really
excited.
good.
Don't spoil
Really
it.
good.
I know
It's
it's
good.
going to be
Really,
amazing.
really good.
I was just saying to my husband, like Will Smith is really putting out a PR run right now that makes
He's
me
doing
wanna
a great
go
job.
See it.
Yeah,
It's
he is.
like the both of them. I'm like, I've got to go.
He went
Gotta
and
go see
sat
it.
in the back of the movie theater with a
Amazing.
popcorn bag over
Yeah.
his head and didn't tell nobody
Yeah.
he was watching the movie with them
Beautiful.
until the end. Hey, I'm Will Smith. I was in here with y'all.
But it's things like that that just make you
That's dope.
feel like, even to have done the amount of work that Will or a Martin Lawrence has already done, and to be excited about what you're doing now, that's a beautiful sight to see. Like, just to be excited. Like, I'm excited about releasing an album with Dr. Dre. Many albums that I've done, 24 years later, I'm still like, oh shit, fucking album coming out.
And for
Like,
it to have like a release date.
fam,
Fucking with Dre.
No one
Good
gets
point.
You
this.
fucking with Dre.
No,
You just
I mean, I've got a
can't be
couple
sure.
of days. We'll never know what happened. But as of right now, yes, I have a release date, June 28th. And yeah,
And it's sexy. And it's sexy.
I'll go and see Bad Boys, though.
Speaking of bad boys, my memory is a little foggy, but I want to hear your thoughts. Who was that in the 70s that lost his wife, and the nigga took his car and his tuxedo to the funeral and fucked his daughter?
Bobby Womack.
Bobby.
Oh, now I need
Sam
that
Cooke.
movie.
To Sam
Someone needs to make that
Yes.
movie right now.
Bobby Womack versus Sam Cooke.
Right now. It's such a bizarre piece of history, but that soundtrack, can you imagine that?
That'd be a crazy
Come
story.
on, Luke James, and so who else can we get? Like, someone's got to get in there. Cast it, do it. I'll help score it. Make the movie.
Yeah, Luke James, A.B. Wilson, somebody.
Sangers,
Some
and it
singers
has
in
to
it,
be, yeah. Get it done. But that's a wild story.
While I'm back in this 70s-ish era, better song as a final song before death. Sam Cooke Chain's Gonna Come or Otis Redding Dock of the Bay?
That's a tough one.
I feel like Sam Cooke's is just like the greatest one ever
Yeah.
because
For
of
anyone.
what it is.
Because
Yeah.
of the
But when I watched the Stacks,
Doc.
Yeah.
it made me look at Dock of the Bay differently than I ever had.
Doc of the Bay is crazy.
And
I
how
never
young
looked-
he was when he died.
And it was done like kind of. It was probably one of the first posthumous records
Yeah.
because he had already gone, so they had to comp.
And you don't
shit
realize putting an age on. For me, he was 67 years old.
Yeah,
Right.
but he
Young
was
boy.
like what, 26, 27?
Crazy.
27, yeah.
Yes.
I
He was
never-
young.
That was an old man to me. And yeah, it does put a different spin on that. But change gonna come.
There's a different
And when-
emotion behind that change going to
It's a
come.
different. It's a political thing.
Wasn't that
It's
in
a-
Malcolm X?
Yes.
That
Yeah.
scene? So I can just see that. And just Spike Lee's precision on the timing of that record and knowing what was going to happen.
And it was Malcolm inspired.
It
Real
felt, it felt like that was the final song for anyone. Like you knew.
Dock of the Bay for me
someone
was just
gonna
always a slap. So the
smack.
Stacks,
Right, so you're just grooving.
Stacks made it sad.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Why, what happened?
Yeah.
Dock of the Bay.
I ain't never seen the documentary.
Okay, well, I just saw it recently for the first time. So Otis Redding, Dock of the Bay for me, it was just a slap.
Watching
But
this
this doc put into perspective
He was
his
inspired
death.
by the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper. He lived off in the country when he wasn't in Memphis making the music, and he was trying to make something a little out there and creative. He made this record, and then when they were going out to start to promote a tour or
tour.
whatever, plane died in
Plane crash.
Plane crash.
into a lake.
Him and his super young band
The
and
Barcades, rest in
background
peace.
singers, the young kids, rest in peace to those kids.
Yeah.
So it was just like, and then the record started taking off. So then they started sitting while everybody's mourning, and while it's
So
just
it
like, oh.
sounds-
Well, I think the record too
Southern
was just him
because of
like
it.
playing acoustic guitar and singing it, and then
Yeah.
they had to build around it. Like the song wasn't finished even before he passed. It was like a demo.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
But also in terms of like going back to covers, it might be blasphemy. I've always liked Otis Redding's cover of Change Gonna Come over the original. And I know most people are like, that's blasphemy to say, but I think it's just Otis Redding's voice was always, you either like Casey or JoJo. You know what I mean? You either
Right.
like that begging kind of falsetto or you like the
Raw.
grovelly, you know what I mean? And
No,
for
you're
me,
right. You're right about that.
you know what?
Chill. Stop
Otis got a more more rasp
There's
and
a
a little
grit there.
more grit there, but
If you could give reparations back for any artist, who do you give it to first between TLC and New Edition?
Oh, man.
Yeah, tough questions here. This ain't the other shit you be doing. Tough questions.
That's tough.
Yes. Well, I think it is. Let me not speak for people.
shit.
Hey, them niggas went to New Edition with a check for $1.67.
Man,
Both
nigga said,
deserving.
There's 5 of them.
And I was going to say that there's 5 of
There's
them.
5 of them.
nigga.
It's 5 of
They
them.
got a scooter,
It's only
$500
because-
and a VCR.
Yeah, that's New Edition is tough, man. Like TLC, heartbreaking. To give it first,
What?
That's what they got. Yo, they said
Am I asking bad questions?
They said they went to thank the lady for the shit, and the
Pebbles.
no, the secretary was the one that bought them the VCR. The dude didn't even know they got a VCR. They thought they got $500 in the scooter. The secretary bought the VCR.
Yo, we ain't supposed to laugh.
I'm trying not
I
to
ain't
laugh,
laughing.
but that's
I ain't laughing.
I'm not laughing.
crazy.
I ain't
What you
laughing.
talk about?
That's fucked up.
One scooter?
I'm not laughing.
but that's the
Once we-
equivalent of the Spotify streaming
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
revenue that we're getting
Yeah.
now.
You can't
So
even
it's
afford
the
that with
same.
Spotify
Yeah.
money.
It's true.
Yo,
It
dog,
is
what
the
we talking
same.
about?
It's all fucked up and has been. That shit.
It's funny because it was like, so I can't wait to watch this no, it's not Netflix. Showtime, maybe? The shit that M did about Napster.
I didn't know he did something about that.
Yeah, they just put, I think it just came out like this week. But
Okay.
like all this streaming shit was like the savior for the music business because of bootleg and shit.
Right.
But now here we are 15 years later. It's
Slaves
fucked
to
And
it.
up.
all they're
Slaves
doing
to
is
it.
basically bootlegging,
Yeah.
but under their database.
Right.
Subscription.
Right.
The longest song on your new album is what? That's gonna tell me what I need to know. How long is Wet?
That might be 5 minutes.
Oh,
or
yeah.
so.
Oh, I'm done.
Perfecto.
That's all I need.
First nut out the way.
Nigga gonna go get some wet.
First nut out the way.
Hey, we good.
Wet platinum.
She did it for the boys.
Within the one song. It doesn't need to go before
Nah,
or
you
after.
gotta put that
You're
on
getting it all
repeat.
in
And
one
don't
time.
let Wet kind of musically transition into the next
little
one.
instrumental
That's
part.
exactly. It's a 3-parter.
Oh, hey, I only need 2 parts.
So, well, the wind down will be the third part. The 3rd
I'm
part will
winding
be
down.
deciding
Oh,
wait, we get a
if you're
wind
going to
down.
go.
I feel like it should just be
You know, 1 and 2 and 3.
Already watching me.
That's when you cuddle for 2 minutes.
So yeah.
More tough R&B questions for you. We're putting a lot of the R&B myths to bed right here, right now. This has been debated over for about at least a year or 2 right now. Who should headline on the Escape SWV tour?
SWV. It's not a duh.
Everybody know
to
that, but
it.
Escape.
But you're asking also personal preference, and I'm personally biased based on how I feel about both groups. I'm partial to SWV. That first album, hit for hit, smash for smash,
Timeless.
nothing wrong with any of those songs.
Timeless.
And yeah,
And how do you feel about co-headliners?
I'm not mad at that.
Do you believe in
It has to
it?
be right. I do. If it's right, it's only right. And the co-headlining portion of it is not who goes on before or after. It's an even playing field because as a consumer, I don't want to see one person for 45 minutes and get an hour of the next. I want you both to do this hour that I came to see. I want to enjoy both moments. So if you're giving me full production for both acts where, you know, one is not standing in front of the curtain with barely a microphone and 3-piece band section, I want the full-blown show for both things that I came to see. So it's fair if those people that I came to see are worth that.
That's a good point.
So it makes sense.
The production being in time.
Because sometimes
Yeah,
you go
the-
to a show where the
determining
opening
factors.
act will get a limited amount of stage time plus
Stage design.
barely
light
like,
screen.
you know.
Light screen
Yeah.
stage.
And
You
it
get
is
some
what it
smoke.
is. They barely the trick is don't turn the system up all the way.
Or that, yeah.
So you're not as loud and as booming. The sub's barely on. So by the time the actual closer is on, you're like, oh, this shit sounds phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't any
Is that what they be doing?
It's just
Yes.
it's the trick of the trade.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just a
old
little
school
louder.
tricks.
I'll never forget when a certain
that's
artist tried to
crazy.
pull the plug on my set because, in true fashion, I killed the shit, and they were mad that they couldn't close, and their team were trying to pull out the chords as I'm like on my final song.
Well, this is a safe space. You can tell us who it was.
Oh,
No.
Don't
messy,
have
messy,
to.
messy.
They
Class
know
act.
who they are.
Class
Messy
act.
boots.
Messy.
And
Class
it's
act we
teams
have
because
here.
if you do, because then it becomes about who the artist was. And I know it's never about that. Some teams are fighting your battles on your behalf and doing
don't
it in a
even-
way that hinder the relationship between artist
Facts.
and artist.
You're absolutely right about that.
So at the time, they're new, I'm established. And at some point in life, they're excelling and I'm chilling in the crib with my kid and my husband. Who's had more success? Me or them? There's no choosing that part. So in the moment when your team is so gung-ho about you being the man or woman at that time, did it matter? Now you've ruined a relationship because now I don't want to go on tour with you. Now we'll never work again in that capacity because your team's shit.
It's trash.
Yeah.
Have you had a lot of that?
Oh, no.
No, I mean just like kind of like weird. I don't want to say catty, but like weird relationships with other women not really being able to be comfortable around like you or your talent or feeling more intimidated.
Yeah, like when the auto tune.
I haven't had to be around people that didn't feel that they could be around me. I've always been me, if you can handle that. All of my relationships stem from, we've known each other, 20 years now almost. I've been Marsh this entire time. So it's very much, we cool.
Any artist today that you see a little bit of yourself in, even if not yourself presently, but a younger Marsha or just any part of your story where you look at them and be like, I see a little bit of me in them?
There was an artist, there still is an artist. Her name is Emily King. And she
Emily King! I love you, Emily King, friend of the show. Anyway,
So
that's my girl.
Emily King, when I first worked with her, I actually worked with her with Chucky Thompson, R.I.P.
Rest
It's
in
crazy
peace,
to
yeah.
say out loud. And I remember him inviting me to the studio. We had this girl. She was signed to J Records. I was signed to J Records. And I cried after I worked with her because she was just so green, naive, but so open. And I saw me and her as she was just fearless with her pen
Super
and her
talented.
emotions. And I remember she opened up for me a couple of times. We went to Japan together, and we did some shows out there. And then when her album The Switch dropped, I was just like, I knew it. This girl is just phenomenal. So definitely her.
Yeah, I've told a story up here about going to an open mic in New York, and she just happened to be there as an undiscovered talent, and she tore the place down. Tore the place down.
Just-
Couldn't nobody do nothing with her. up here.
Just her and a guitar. Like
Yeah.
the fact that this girl could go on tour and I'm there. I went to see her at the Troubadour in LA. Just her and a guitar. And I was just like, that's my girl. I saw it then and Grammys later, and I'm glad some of the world gets to see her now.
Kendrick has a line, one of my favorite lines in the Kendrick and Drake beef, which is, only you want to be famous. He said that to Drake, and he said it in a slight kind of way. I feel like if you're not an entertainer, you don't feel the impact of that line. As I listen to you talk about your marriage and just where you are, where you've been, where I've always known you to be, you do such a great job of maintaining that artist mystique that we speak about up here, right? Just not falling victim to, hey, come do this for the look, or hey, I want to be famous, I want to be seen, I want to be heard. Has that been challenging for you at any point in your career? Maintaining your low profile or your just out of the mixedness?
And still being desired, though.
Yeah.
No, absence makes the heart grow fonder. And I managed to kind of remain low key because, like Kendrick said, only you want to be famous. And I relate to that so heavy. There are some people that will test that, attempting you to retaliate or say things or do things for attention. And I'm like, but why? Chilling in the house, and it doesn't, like, the most, if unbothered was a person, like,
And it's easy to be
it's
unbothered.
me. Like,
70.
and at some point, I'm not saying I was always like that, because you can fall into bad habits, and the attention makes you go, well, why aren't you responding? Why aren't you saying someone's saying this? Oh, it's noise, and it's noise, and the time is passing, and all I'm doing is healing, and it's just beautiful therapy through protection and safety and life and love, and I just move the fuck on.
Your voice is so powerful.
Yeah, right? Healing.
Should start a podcast.
Is there an R&B one or two hit wonder that you wish would have gotten a longer run? For me, it's a bunch.
KP and
Glenn
Envy.
Lewis, Sherry Dennis.
KP and Envy. We need a full album, but imagine KP and Envy now. Glenn Lewis, he's coming back. I heard some things in the studio. Shout out
For real?
to Vidal.
Shout out to Glenn.
Get the fuck out. Look at you trying to get back. Don't stop. And shout out to Glenn. Shout out to Glenn.
Glenn
He's
is.
from
better relax.
Toronto. That's
Yeah.
nice.
All right, but relax, though.
Oh, Canada.
Right.
So blame Canada.
These Canadians stick together.
Yeah.
Darby,
No, I wanted to do a duet with Glenn, and I just sent Vidal, and I did. So I'm waiting on that call back. Like, let's go do something. So yeah, hopefully that happens. But yeah, I think yeah.
5-song verses between two acts that have no business going against each other. Bobby Valentino and Avant. Who wins? I'm asking
First of
Marsha
all,
every R&B
it's
question
the-
that
it's
comes
the-
to my brain. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That's Marsha Ambrosius. I'm asking. There's no such thing as a stupid question.
You're right.
Oh man, because when you said them both, you hear the catalog like in a flash. So you're like, slow down, read your mind.
All right, let me make it tougher. Get Bobby Valentino out of here. Let's
No,
do.
don't. Because it's just all personal preference. And I might have to go with Bobby Valentino.
Really?
See why I asked?
Yeah.
See why I asked?
And I love
It's the contrast.
Avant.
Are you
in-
serious?
She
It's
said
because,
it.
do you know
His
what
records-
it is?
his records are-
listen,
Let
it's
her
not,
answer.
It's not about Bobby Valentino. It was the instrumentation. It's Tim and Bob. So it's that. It's the production that was doing something for me rather than the actual artist choice.
I'll give you one more in a 10-song versus artists that have no business being against each other. Music Soul Child versus Lloyd.
But that's actually a nice line, a nice matchup. You said no business.
Well, because if someone were booking verses, they wouldn't book Lloyd and Music Soul Child in the same room at all.
Maybe they should.
Most
They
people would
should.
Music.
That would be a jam.
Music's just got smashes for smashes for smashes. I love Lloyd, but music, I mean, Philly, I'd have to take music's
Okay.
side.
Okay.
It's 215.
I don't like that you put Lloyd in that. 'Cause
I don't even think it's.
Lloyd has so many records that
I
people
know.
don't know.
Lloyd-
he
That's
has.
why I don't like it.
He has a lot of
I don't like
records
him
that people
going. I
don't.
don't like you putting him against music.
Smashes.
I think it's unfair.
Still,
What's Music Soul Child's best song?
for me, Merry Go Round.
For me, it's
Written
probably
by
So
Eric
Beautiful for me, maybe.
Roberson. Eric Roberson wrote
Outside of I'm not
that. I
counting that.
loved Half Crazy because that was
Half Crazy, that
a
shit.
comeback record from doing Just Friends, and then you're waiting for this follow up and la 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 la. I was
Yeah,
like,
Chico.
yo,
The
here
little
he
Philly
go
neo
taking
soul
over
niggas
for
cheating, yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, but in that moment, you knew that Philly was going to take over again. It wasn't just about it being Philly. Everyone wanted a piece of Philly after Jill, music, Flowetry. It was Kendrick, Family Soul. Like, you just, yeah.
Damn, Lloyd got some.
I got a question for you before I take a bathroom break. Favorite R&B hook on a rap song?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a tough question, so if we need time to think, we can pause. But she's such a G that I'm just asking every tough question that come to mind.
Damn it.
It's tough.
Can you give me a moment?
Sure,
And I'm gonna give you
sure I
three
can.
moments.
Let's break.
Okay.
Let's break. Let's give him a moment. Let's break. Okay. Marsha, who I admire and idolize, said that we've been asking some cookie cutter questions. She called us pussy in the nicest
Pretty
possible
much.
way that you can.
French way.
And we try to have like some artist etiquette, especially when we actually listen to the person's music. But since you want that to go to the side,
Yeah.
I'll put it to the side. We got 10 minutes. I'll start rapid fire questions, but I'll start with a simple one for you. Greatest lesson you've learned about marriage?
Trust. Just have to trust.
Oh, you see?
What the?
Sounds crazy, but trust in its entirety. It's the key.
Can I ask a follow-up question? to
Please.
that? If you don't mind sharing, how did you meet your husband?
On tour.
He's musically inclined, or
Not even a little bit. No. He
was a
it wasn't,
guest?
No, it wasn't about him being anything to do with that. My road manager at the time had hired him to work with the tour to assist in when we did the Flowetry reunion, and the travel parties were traveling separately, needed to kind of micromanage everything. And then I noticed him like, hey, this is, who's this?
Who's this
And
man making our tour run smoother?
Eh,
I want
Making
him.
life easy.
I want him.
Megan.
I want that man.
smooth it was. So yeah, red fitted on, and I was like, who is that? And we haven't stopped talking
Where's he
since.
from?
Buffalo.
big upstate.
Born in
Buffalo.
Cali.
716.
Raised in
Parks.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Back to Cali.
I have a follow-up to your follow-up.
Okay.
Do you believe that the term equally yoked means I need someone to have what I have, or I need someone to have what I don't?
What I don't. That boy good.
That
Yeah,
is a good one.
Yeah, cookie cutter, take that.
Have what I don't.
Have what I don't. Yeah,
Have what I
that's
don't.
what it means.
That's what it really means.
That is what equally yoked
what it
really
means.
means.
Yeah. Have what I don't.
But these little young
Hussies.
these little young hussies, they don't know. And the old hussies.
Well, it's a mindset, because it's also the ones that claim they don't want to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't have money or doesn't have this or that, and you don't realize that any of those things don't make the relationship.
True.
Any
True.
of it at all. Like, oh, they have to like a certain thing, or if they don't watch certain movies, like, it doesn't matter. None of it. So yeah, I get you with that one.
Two-part question.
Yeah, turn it up on her.
Is Marsha before marriage, is she a cheater? And if so, what was the worst way you've gotten caught cheating?
I wasn't a cheater. I was so honest with fuck you, I'm out, I'm fucking him now.
You one of those.
Well, if you fucked him before you said I'm out,
Oh no, I didn't fuck before that.
But you
I
knew who
absolutely-
you identified who
you
you
already
wanted
had
to
You're
fuck.
going, yeah.
out. Fuck
Equally
you.
shady, same shady.
Yeah.
Got it.
So yeah, there's no need to cheat. The cheating is just lying. And why? For? Bye.
Best sex you ever had was on what size bed?
That's a good question.
yo,
Listen.
Good question.
them twins in them college dorms.
Them twins,
fucked up a couple
them
fools.
twins and
I fucked up a couple fools.
Talk about it now, huh?
Yo, them college
going
dorm
You write some
twins.
songs on that full, ain't it?
The bigger the bed, actually, if you want to be real,
Could,
It fuck up the hump.
It could
They do.
be.
Yo.
Don't tell us you wrote Say Yes on a futon.
On a waterbed.
So
I got busy on a couple
technically,
futons.
if the sleep number bed is the 2-for-1, like a his and hers, technically it's a twin. Well, no, a full.
Full size.
Was it- yeah.
Full size.
Full.
So it was a full, because it was on his side.
You do
So we've got the split down the middle, where mine is on a 32 sleep number, his might be on a 28. And yeah, it was on the 28 sleep number. Full size.
Did some work on an airbed before.
Man, you get that.
what? Air mattress?
An air mattress?
Those always felt a little
Wow,
shaky,
that's
though.
amazing.
You get that push
It's
off on the wall with the
turbulent.
feet.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
They started squeaking and
I
shit.
can hear
It's
what
like-
that sounds like. It's ridiculous.
Lowest sheet thread count you've had sex on.
This nigga.
No sheets.
It's unfair because on tour sometimes it's not your choice.
That's true.
Where
That's
you
true.
stay in a hotel.
That's
So
true.
if
So
you're
you're-
going with the lower end Marriott, then it's that.
Oh, so you were fucking with some
Married,
groupies.
Yeah, nah, she down with us. She down with a little chitlin circuit.
She gonna be
Some chitlin circuit.
Caught a little something in Providence, Rhode Island before.
Little meet and greet, little meet and beat.
Yeah, a little meet and beat. Little meet and beat.
Let me tell you something
Craziest
now.
meet and greet. Someone really offered to lick my face in a meet and greet.
Did you accept?
Like,
Yes.
can I lick your face? Like in the line, everyone's asking to sign an album. And,
Pre-pandemic.
Can I lick your face? And
Pre-pandemic.
my tour manager at the time was just like,
Marsha.
like stunned.
Tour
like,
man-
what do
husband?
we say to this? No, not even.
The
It
other
wasn't,
one.
I wasn't even married at the time. It was, what do we do with this? And it wasn't like the guy was unattractive. But I was
That was
like,
my question. Yeah.
lick, what? Now?
Now,
Now, yeah,
later.
Well,
He could
later.
have written this down on a piece of paper. He literally said it in front of everybody was there.
She bagged that nigga after. She bagged you bagged him after.
That look quick.
You know you did.
Exactly.
Oh, it was on to the next.
He had a
thing
red
after
fitted
that.
on?
I may have wrote a bar or
little
two
bar.
about, it's the fantasy. So no, I didn't.
How have you dealt with the man, with all due respect to your husband? I'm only even asking because you played us on our question, so I got to turn it up a little bit now. How have you dealt with the man that has slept with Marsha and was telling everybody?
That he slept with me?
The
Have you
chatty
ever-
patty
The kiss
guy.
and tell.
The
Has that
chatty
ever
patty
happened?
guy.
Good for him. Good. Cause what?
That's not a turn off.
No.
Marsha's a G, yo.
Why? Cause for what?
Got too much
You
juice.
got, you got brothers?
Bravo, bruh. Like, it's the ones that never fucked and tell people that they did.
I hate those ones.
I hate them too.
Congrats
That shit
too.
is so
You know what?
fucking annoying.
Ooh,
I hate
what a
them.
time. I remember it just like it was yesterday.
Marsha give up that
Same.
energy like she just too cool.
Nah,
to the
she
point
got
where
brothers. It
where
seem like you got
she
five
gonna make you
brothers. I
mad.
have one.
She gonna make
He's
you
younger
mad
than
that she
me.
not that invested into
Oh,
you.
no,
like
it
that.
seems like you got 15 brothers. You like a G.
I have
Nigga,
a
he gonna be
squad.
super
But no,
invested.
I do have a squad. I have a very like heavy male
Thorough
presence in my
nigga,
life.
yeah,
That
We can tell.
real.
It seemed like it.
We can tell.
Yeah, it does.
Here's my other tough R&B question. I'm sorry. Here's my other one for you. Carl Thomas, Emotional versus Donnell Jones, Where I Want to Be. What is the better album?
Carl Thomas.
Why?
Damn.
What?
Why? Where'd you get that from? How'd you surmise that?
It's
Yeah,
it
Carl
was
is
love at
different, y'all.
first sight. I know.
Like,
Because the way she looked at me.
And I was sitting at the light. She pulled up
He had
on
on
my
a
right.
turtleneck. In the summertime. He was emotional.
He was emotional.
Nigga
what
drove
it
down
was.
her block.
He was emotional.
But
Yeah,
Donnell-
mad that she was with her husband.
He mad she with her family.
With her family.
Shibby-dibby-dibby-dibby.
Yeah, in Harlem.
But Donnell it's that's a tough one too. I'll go with Carl.
What other tough R&B questions?
well,
do
we
I
left her
have
with a
for
question.
Marsha?
Oh yeah.
The question
Favorite
was,
song chorus, R&B chorus.
Oh yes.
She dodged it though.
no, we were
No,
having
she
a little
said she needed
conversation
time to
about
think,
that.
and then
I
called us
got
cookie
it.
cutter.
It's the use of Commons, the light, Jay Dilla.
Okay.
There are times when you need someone.
Rest in peace,
I will
Dylan.
be by your side. It's just a moment. Because I don't know, Jay Dilla's just genius. It never should have been a hip hop hook. And he
Yeah.
made that
That's
thing
dope.
It shouldn't have been a hit,
knock.
but it was a hit.
That's right.
Knock.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a good one.
Because the song itself, beautiful. But to make it
Yeah, to
hip-hop.
do that and
That was-
then dip on Serena the way that he did.
Stop, man.
All right, forget it. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had a blast here.
Yes.
The next time we see Marsha, I will try to come up with tougher, non-cookie cutter questions because she's a G. I forgot her G card is all the way up there. Do y'all have any final questions?
No.
If not,
I hope that the next time we do see you is on tour. 'Cause
Yes,
I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
we're
to
looking
this
for the
project.
album.
We'll be in
want-
DC.
we will be in
We'll be at the
Chucks
DC
and
date.
Tux
Yeah.
and Jay's and ball gowns.
Yes.
That will be where we,
Absolutely.
yes.
Done.
And we are
the
coming to the
DC
DC
stop
show
will
for
probably-
sure.
I'm a
ladies and gentlemen,
yes.
my tux.
loud round of applause.
Thank you.
Marsha Ambrosius, the legend. New album, June 28th.
Yes.
You goddamn right. I cannot wait to hear it. I'll text you about it, and I can't wait for it to get. You know what I mean? So,
Perfect.
Can't wait to get wet.
so look, wet into the next
Wetty.
song. We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial. And we're back.
We bite.
There we are.
Back.
I gotta say, even though she accused us of asking cookie cutter questions, Marsha is one of my favorite guests.
She was great.
She was
I don't know if
amazing.
that's because I'm so into her as an artist.
And I could tell she hood.
She just
No, she's
embodies artistry to me. Like she's hood, she's hip hop, she's music. Like
And cool.
She
Cool as
gives
fuck.
she knows confidence. She knows who she is, what she do. There's not a studio in the world I ain't gonna walk in and be Marsha Ambrosius. I don't care who in there.
And she just
Yeah.
genuinely herself. You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't come in feeling like she was trying to put up no facade and nothing. Like nigga, yeah, what up?
I wasn't even hurt when Ronald Isley ain't take the slap. Nigga, give me the slap then. All right.
Yeah.
Watch what I do with it. Watch
I'm gonna make it work.
And boy, did it work. Ronald Isley probably ain't want his brothers to hear it.
He won. What's your man? He ain't want, he got bust that
Yeah,
down.
he ain't want Eddie Isley. and
Ernie?
them- Ernie, and them niggas.
yeah.
Nah,
He want Ernie
gotta
getting
turn that down.
Ernie might want a piece of this.
Gotta turn that down. I
You
didn't
know
say
what I
no.
was, you know what I was
Gotta
going to
say no.
ask her? It was
What were you gonna
And
ask
it was
her?
a piggyback off your
Because
question.
you pulled her to the side and spoke to her for like 45 minutes privately and held her hand. I took pictures, but what'd you say?
Fucking stalker.
You want to have a therapy moment with everybody.
No!
Marsha. Would say yes, dropped.
Me and Marsha have known each other for years, so, you know, it was kind of like that little talk.
I know,
Anyways.
you always get reacquainted when they come back.
No, but okay. Can I just tell you what I was going to
Please.
ask? But I stopped myself because it was the first question when you were asking about Floetry, and well, where is she? You know, the other member. And I don't know if y'all remember, but she went back on tour as Floetry with
she added Amanda Seales.
Amanda Seales.
I said I was wanted
I
to ask
stopped myself from asking just based on her response. It seemed like that's a closed chapter. I'd like to talk about present, and I just picked up on that. But I was really curious to hear what her take was going to be on that.
I had a similar question.
I feel like they have very different takes on how that whole thing transpired and how it ended.
But she seems so fly that
Yes. What?
Nothing.
What?
I have absolutely nothing to say on the matter.
No, it was very much like.
I'm not mad at your question
No,
or y'all's question, and I'm glad y'all didn't ask.
Yes, it was kind of reading the body language of let's keep things current and let's not talk about things in the past that might be messy.
And it was dope because she's not running from her past or anything. She got the old album cover on the back of the jacket. She's still repping a classic album. She ain't.
When she called us cookie cutter, maybe I would have threw that at her because she's playing with us. But she's such a music savant. I would almost take offense to you asking me about somebody that is not a music savant.
She kind of.
I'm not speaking for her. She might not have taken offense at all.
She kind of answered it though indirectly later on when I guess somebody asked her about how does she deal with like
the cattiness of
cattiness. I think you asked, and she asked, and she just was like, very blasé and whatever else. And that story came up recently because I think Amanda was talking about it and talking about what happened between the two of them. So I kind of feel like it was an indirect.
I can assure you that story didn't come up because of Marsha Ambrosius.
Yeah, not at all.
No, I don't know why. I think she was talking about it on her podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shannon
so
Sharp. I mentioned something because when we asked about the boyfriends thing, I can see how her whole vibe and everything could piss somebody off. She's probably
like
the person
that
she's the nigga.
because she's somebody that you want her to like you, and you want her to kind of like be enamored with you to a degree where she probably comes off very nonchalant to people where it bothers them. Like it bothers them that she's not more in tune with them than they would like her to be.
It's funny, I have kind of an opposite take.
Yeah, me. Yeah.
Like normally, if that's who you are in the world, then that ain't who you are in your relationship. Back to that equally yoked shit.
Maybe.
Whatever she feel as though she might not be the slider up in, I bet she feel like my husband's slider is up here.
Could be true.
If she got to come out here and be confident, I'm her.
I was about to
you
say.
know who the fuck I be. When I go home, I want to take Superwoman off.
Yeah. I want to be the cuddly teddy bear.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I was not shooting at you with my equally yoked question. It was really just a good
No,
question.
I saw the same thing you saw. It's cool.
Yeah.
It was dope.
It's a great answer.
It was great having her though.
Now, Patronies. I'll share a little, I'll break the fifth wall for y'all. Sometimes, as a cast, we be so lit with Patreon topics that by the time we get to like halfway through the Patreon, I be needing a little energy to get to it. So I'm trying to sit here and think if I have the energy to have our earlier fight that we was having. Because I can't be 6 hours in the day and have it. I need energy to fight with him. But I stand by my shit. And I sound like I'm trying to get energy right now, but I don't know. I'm pussy.
You can stand down. It's cool.
Don't tell me to stand down. I'll be back Friday, nigga. I'll be Friday. We'll get right back to it. Let's deal with the cookie cutter shit first. And then if I got some energy, I'll bring it up. We have on the board, Lotto says that she felt peer pressured into getting a BBL. I didn't write that, but is there an opposing view here on that? I understand that.
I don't think so
as well. At 21, she said. So that's important.
She's 25 now.
Yeah.
Just to put it in perspective.
So I think that
any of these girls that was trying to get a record deal a few years ago got peer pressured into getting a
listen,
BBL.
and she's from the A.
Yeah.
That matters.
And that.
Like if you look at any of the girls from Atlanta, well, no disrespect to nobody from Atlanta. If you look at a bunch of the girls today, they're all getting the same stuff done. Like there are beautiful girls. I mean beautiful that have a nice smile that's going to get the teeth work.
Getting
like
lips.
you don't need that shit. You know what I'm saying? it's they're going to get the BBLs, they're going to get the lips, they're
I've
going
had
to get
enough of the lip injections.
That shit is crazy to me.
It's over now.
And the teeth. Yo, if your teeth don't look like teeth, that shit is
But
crazy to me.
You know what's
son.
crazy about the Lotto thing? Because when people really first started seeing her, let's just say on a national level, she was a part of a kid show. Like she was in a kid competition trying to get a record deal. And she looked like a kid. You know what I'm saying? So to go from that and dealing with that, and then I don't want to say a few years later, but some years later, now you feeling the pressure of the industry to tell you, yo, you got to look a certain way.
Hip-hop, too.
Yeah, you got to go ahead and get the BBL and your brain like, I was just a kid a few years ago just trying to get some music off. Now you're giving me this pressure as well.
But that pressure it ain't even just to get in the industry. To a girl that want to be a bartender, you got the pressure there. To a girl that just want attention today, it's all this social media shit is saying BBL.
And the crazy part is like there was a post of her pre-BBL body and post-BBL body. And I really could not see a thing wrong with
That's
she.
the
I mean,
thing about Lotto.
she was shapely. She
She's one
had
of the ones that
she had a little
she didn't
waist.
need
She had
none
a
of that.
big
I
butt.
didn't
The
have
thighs matched. It was
nobody. She'd have been successful.
Yeah, I liked
Yeah.
her.
She's a
I liked her.
pretty
I liked her energy. I liked her. She was a cute girl, pretty girl.
And shit, she can rap.
Yeah, she can rap.
And she's talented as fuck. So
ain't enough.
And when she came here,
And
like
that's
you
what
could tell,
that part.
she had a dad. She came from, you know what I mean, like.
But I don't want to say it's not enough. 'Cause the chances are on the lower side, you know. So, but you have like the Coi Leray chick. She's not what the typical standard of what a female rapper would look like. You think that's nepotism?
though?
I don't know if that's nepotism.
Do I
Joe.
do I not know what nepotism means then?
no. You know what nepotism
I think-
means.
I
But
think
is it
that-
really? Does it really
I
apply
think the
in this
attachment
case?
might have
Coi
did
Leray
more
is not
damage.
nepotism?
She theoretically should be and kind of is, but also the way that we've seen their relationship play out in public, I don't like to speak
That's
on
my
it too much,
point.
but it don't seem like he's been the most helpful.
Right. That's my
He don't have
point.
to be helpful
Nepotism
for it to be
has nothing
nepotism.
to do with him being helpful. Though.
He don't have to be
And
involved at all for it to
Nepotism
be nepotism.
absolutely has.
That's not.
We're gonna Google it.
Yo,
Let's do it.
For these
We're gonna
labels, the
Google
it. Look it
labels
up.
could
Let's do it.
potentially take that and whatever tumultuous relationship you have and spin that into a bag.
Well, true.
You get what I'm saying? They'll spin that into like Parks' estranged son. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's an engineered / producer / and then we gonna take that and be like, yo, you know who kid
that's
that
the
is?
story, yeah.
He don't even
Yeah.
fuck with
my
his dad.
son just being my son.
Yes.
Nets him.
It's gonna open the door that he ain't
opportunities
have to,
and
yes.
relationships.
Well, shit, if you-
even if I was non-existent.
If you ask her, she might have a different experience of feeling like a lot of the doors that were closed to her was because she was attached
That
to
could be
that.
true, too,
father.
though. It could be both.
Nepotism is the act of granting an advantage, privilege, or position to relatives in an occupation or field.
Yes,
So
that's-
granting an advantage, it's usually the person who, like the
uncle that got
uncle,
the
the father,
nephew
the
job.
mom, granting, passing
Barry
the
Hankerson
baton.
being
So
able
that's
to,
what I
to
mean
sign
is-
Aaliyah to his record
it's
label
not
Right.
is nepotism.
because he didn't.
So it's just like, just
necessarily
because
do it
there's a
himself
relation, doesn't mean that there was actually an assist.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
correct.
So that's why the Coi Leray, I was like,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Not
But
to
I
me,
mean,
it don't.
I don't think
wasn't-
it's nepotism. I think it's a different word.
Yeah.
What's the
It's an
word?
I don't know.
advantage. It
It's
could
a-
be an advantage.
It could be an
but
advantage.
Not nepotism.
I think
By
nepotism
the
means that
definition,
you
no.
hired your son. I don't think it means
Storyline.
Or
It's-
that
it's-
you did something. You paid some calls behind the scene, whatever the case.
Yeah.
But you played a role
Right.
directly in your family member getting an advantage.
Right.
It's not just same lineage.
right.
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 Got it.
Right.
I received that. We were talking about Lotto being peer pressured to get a BBL. Can somebody here tell me who Bandman Kevo is?
I don't know. That's an ice question.
Enough is enough now.
Ice has to break
I've
this one
seen
down.
too
Scammer
much.
rapper.
Bandman
I've
Kevo.
seen too much now. Now I'm forced to ask, who is this person and why is he famous? That's no shade, especially now that he's 6'8".
Yeah, he's 6'8" now.
So he says, but he wouldn't
he's
pan
sick.
his whole body. He didn't do a full body shot. Nigga.
Well, let's.
He looked as tall as a
looked
doorway,
taller.
though.
Nah, he's
He looked a
tall.
little taller.
I mean, we're gonna take his
He's
word
been
for
getting
it.
work. Like he's been like up front.
But
Yeah,
before
saying
he gets this work, why is this person known and famous? I'm not being shady. I just don't
From
know.
what
I've
I've
seen
seen
them before.
lit on Instagram.
Yeah.
The same what happens with
Is
anybody
he a
else.
rapper?
I don't before. From what I saw, I think he is a rapper now.
Okay.
I don't know of any of his music, but it was that little wave where the scammers, was making their lives lit and on the gram, showing off all their shit, He's one of them. I don't know if he was actually scamming or I don't know.
I think a lot of
Putting
people
that
just
on
got a
the
really good PR team.
Yo, I
Yeah,
saw
that's what it sound like.
listen, I saw him in an interview, and this was during the pandemic. He was in an interview and he started talking about how scammers get such a bad rap, but drug dealers get glorified. Right? And he was like, yo, on an off weekend for him, like rainy, I can't go outside, I could sit in my house and make 180 grand on an off weekend. And he was like, yo, so I'll take that any day over being a drug dealer, but I understand the drug dealers got, he said, yo, that's what pushed him into rap, was the public acceptance that he wanted. He had more money than most of the rappers, and rap don't really make no money, but to get the bitches and all of that, he jumped into rap. But he also said that he was like, yo, I would never want to hustle. He made sense. He was a smart dude when I heard him talk. He said, yo, in the drug game, you always got to re-up. So every time you re-up, you putting your life in jeopardy. And he was like, with this, my re-up, I could do on the dark web. I was like, oh, this is spitting. But, you know what I'm saying?
He's ready to get the method.
You signed up to his newsletter.
Nah,
after
I'm good.
This nigga spitting.
Nah, he was. But, you know, he said he basically went into rap for the notoriety and the popularity.
So which one do you choose? You choose dinner with Bandman Kevo or $500?
Bandman Kevo dinner.
Oh shit! Hey, let me get that.
Mel, why you look shocked?
Can I get them 500 in singles?
You don't want that.
I guess I'm just surprised that Ish would feel like he has anything to learn from him.
He didn't say nothing about learning from him. He just said I picked the dinner with Bandman Kevo.
I'm attractive.
Nigga
Nigga
could be
across
hungry.
the table from him.
He ain't say nothing about learning.
It's a lot
Over
of shit.
$500? You could give
But
that to
wait,
Joe.
wait, you
Don't
feel
you owe
like-
money?
Oh, shit.
Respectable shot, so I'll take it.
That's funny.
I'll take that. I love that shot. But wait, you feel like Ish would not feel like he could learn something from a Bandman Kevo? Or it's just odd?
It's just odd. And maybe I just don't know enough about this person
Neither do I.
to make this
I don't either.
assumption.
I don't know much about him.
Yeah.
So we got to put some parameters out.
You know he got the DDL.
What?
He got the DDL.
You got the extendo.
Yo, shut up, yo.
He did.
He did.
I don't,
His
that's
height
business. I don't
extension
know nothing about
and
that.
dick
Well,
extension?
if y'all go to dinner, nigga, he gonna tell you.
No, he
yo,
not.
You know my
We
shit.
talking
All
about
that shit's gonna be bumping into you under the table.
I'm girthy now, my nigga.
Yo, my bad.
I got my shit extended.
Bandman Kevo got the allegedly the height extension shit, the DDL, the new teeth, and a BBL.
And abs. He keeps saying that every time he gets something done.
Yeah, I might not go to dinner with him. He might be a little mentally off, but outside of that, I would have went.
Yo, it's a shame that niggas could go want to do everything the girls do, and they gonna call us mentally off. I just wanted 3 more inches on my dick, 5 inches on my height, and I wanted my ass to sit a little higher.
Yeah, why you got the BBL?
And some abs would be nice if you could throw it in there.
Oh yeah, if I can get it for the free. Hey, I done did so much
Little
already.
package deal.
Little package
They
deal.
punch the holes in the subway card.
Yeah. Free car wash after 10.
But I heard about some of like the side effects that come with the height extension shit, and it didn't sound good.
Crazy.
It didn't sound good.
Funny thing I always look at when it comes to the height extension shit is your arm's the same length though. So you now you
Got a little
off a little
pterodactyl
bit.
kind
Yeah.
of situation.
You ain't proportion right no
Right?
more, my nigga. Tall as shit. Now you can't.
Why that matter? I want to be taller, nigga. I ain't saying nothing about my arms.
Well,
and
maybe that's why you got the dick bigger,
looking
so it
proportioned.
matches the legs.
We always gonna be flagrant. We always gonna be flagrant. Let me see what else is up there. No U-turn
Signs are anti.
What is that?
Or anti-LGBTQ. I don't understand it.
Who
I
wrote
just
that?
I wrote it for advice.
out in L.A.
In LA.
They were removing the no U-turn sign. You know, it says you can't make a U-turn in the middle of the street because they're saying those signs are now
Homophobic.
He's right.
Explain it to me.
I can't explain it.
They said something about you couldn't make a U-turn and ride back through the neighborhood to see the neighborhood or some shit, and there was some homophobic shit because it was a
I feel like these are stories that are just designed to make people inflamed.
dog. No, I saw them taking the signs
I saw that
down.
too. But without the backstory, it just seems like some shit to get us mad about some shit that
I ain't mad about
But
it.
I don't even know the
But I don't even
backstory.
get it.
That's what I'm saying.
How is that homophobic?
I have no idea. Nobody knows.
What does the U represent? And why didn't they put the no U-turn sign, no U-turn sign shit up when Sandra Bland died? Rest in peace, Sandra Bland. Like, we changing shit because we think it's homophobic, but not when real live people are dying or being murdered.
I agree.
Not to mushy us out.
No, I agree.
This kind of ties into the whole little story about the family getting kicked out of the restaurant. It's just a lot of.
I don't know that story.
Well, there was a family that got kicked out of a restaurant because the mother had took her child into the bathroom, and when she walked in, there was a trans woman washing washing her hands, and she complained. She made a complaint, and the restaurant decided, okay, well, we're going to kick you out. We don't want you in here. And she was like, well, I understand trans people have their rights and they feel comfortable in certain situations, but what about me as a person, as a mother, as a woman that doesn't feel comfortable in certain situations? Now, is my womanly rights at question? Am I not allowed to now?
I have some context for the U-turn sign, if we want to.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
Context matters here. The practice of cruising was popular in the 1990s before queer acceptance was widespread and before the inventions of apps like Grindr. Many closeted queer folks didn't feel safe or comfortable going to gay bars for fear of being outed and possibly impacting their personal professional reputations. Griffith Park Boulevard, a relatively quiet side of the street in Silver Lake, became a hotspot for cruising given its proximity to gay bars in the area. In 1997, the city of Los Angeles installed a number of no cruising signs alongside no U-turn signs, accompanied by signs saying midnight to 6 a.m. along Griffith Park Boulevard to quell the cruising. These signs were used by LAPD to profile gay people as they perceived to be searching for gay sex, whether or not they were actually engaging in lewd conduct in public.
Shut the fuck
Gay
up.
men reportedly use cruising to meet, flirt, and take party drugs with one another, according to the LA Times. So it was a pickup spot for gay men.
Yeah.
So now you have to.
So wait,
Fuck this,
hold
the
on.
no cruising.
This is,
Okay, you know
this
what?
is dumber than the bear.
Hold the fuck up.
Hey, I'm just shutting up. When I think things are dumb, I be morally wrong. Hey, have at it.
So you
know what? Get rid of those U-turns. Have at it.
You're still confused?
Explain it. Context.
yeah, because it's like you
One
just
thing has nothing to do with the other.
Maybe it's not for us.
You
to
ain't gotta
understand.
make the U-turn.
Maybe it's not for us to understand.
right.
Maybe we
I
should
don't
just. Y'all got it.
I don't know.
yeah, y'all got it.
I'm okay with not knowing.
Yeah, I don't
It
got.
doesn't impact my life at all.
I don't have to know it be there.
Let them.
I'm not going to get fucking angry about some shit that literally has no impact on my life.
They can't make a U-turn.
Nah, not if you're going to peruse them by bussy. What you mean? That's what they did it for, probably to stop the potential tricking.
But then,
Damn, I was trying to find this
Why don't we do
story.
regular bars?
Speaking of U-turns, one of these athlete podcasts, one of them niggas was talking to Udonis Haslam. I didn't know who he was, and I do have a clip, but I'm not going to try to find it. And he was talking about meeting D Wade for the first time. So he said he got signed to the Heat, and he hadn't met D Wade. And then D Wade had came in the gym with some lime green tight spandex on, but no shorts, nothing else. Just the lime green spandex, and proceeded to play. Like, he's like, D Wade was posting niggas up in the shit.
It's as a rookie, right?
The dude was a rookie.
Got it.
He was like, because he said he couldn't see it first. So he was like, who this nut ass nigga? But it was D Wade. And he was hyped to me. Like, oh shit, D Wade is here. D Wade came in doing all the moves and shit, but in the lime green
Spandex.
tights. So I wanted to play the clip for y'all because
I'm looking for it. I can't find it.
Oh, I got it. I mean, if I gotta find it, I'll find it. I just wanted to play it to ask y'all what y'all thought of D Wade, but it's on brand, right? No U-turns.
Shit, I remember when we were in a studio session with a producer who will not be named, and he was real into biking at the time. It was one of our sessions. I think you were probably there too, and he came in with the whole spandex shit on and
with the one-piece biking outfit.
Drew some offense for some people.
While
Spandex for a man is you shouldn't.
Yeah, it's a little.
Under any circumstances?
Under any circumstance.
Not
What about- what if
just
you're- what
the
about if you're
spandex,
biking?
nothing else,
For what?
no shirt,
What if you're
shorts,
biking?
nothing.
Like you're a cyclist.
They do.
That's all they wear.
cyclists.
They don't
Just had
post
the
up.
pants on?
Cyclists usually do
Tights.
even with the spandex. Like I have a pair of Nike spandex to run, but I
Yeah.
usually put the shorts over it.
Not the cyclists. They don't use the baggy shorts. They
Yeah,
be
that-
it be a
that's wind
tight
resistance.
fitting one
They
piece.
fucking
I
shave
need
their
everything-
arm hair and their leg
No-
hair
no
just for
wind
like
resistance.
the
D-
aerodynamic
D Wade is a hooper.
Wind resistance.
Yeah, it's a thing. Maybe.
You know what?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, please.
No U-turns.
No, we're gonna stay right here. We're gonna unpack a lie from one of our favorite liars, either LeBron James
The
or
game.
Fat Joe.
Oh,
Oh,
Which one do y'all want first?
the game is my favorite liar.
Rick and Ross. He up there.
Yeah, Ross.
James another one. He's up there.
I'm feeling very Bronxish today. Can we do Fat Joe?
Yeah, let's go with Fat Joe. Let's go with a nice Fat Joe lie. Here we go, right here. Take it away.
I've had $1 million something dollars. I'm eating dinner every night. It's $30,000 a dinner. 40.
Ish, I
Whitney.
need you. The math guy. Stay here.
Champagne, lobsters, steaks every night for like 15 years straight. Every night. And you think, I'm a million, you don't even check the account. I'm a millionaire. Until you go in there one day and they tell you have no money and you walk out of there with your this tight. When the teller who usually gives you 50 cash every time you walk in, they be like, Joe, something must be wrong. Yeah. It happened on 161st, across the street from the Cucci Frito by Yankee Stadium.
Yo, Fat Joe is
It's
crazy.
this tight, bro.
You don't have to live this way.
What's the number, Ish?
Felt like it's
$10 million a year for 15 years.
Out of there, I was like,
150. You spent 150 on dinner.
I thought we was
150
rich.
million on dinner.
No, I didn't even need it. All I needed
No, I
to
just
do,
wanted to hear it.
All I needed to do was hit the comments. When niggas do something real stupid,
Yeah.
I just, that's my favorite. I go take a shit. I hit the comments up. The comments was like, okay, so according to Fat Joe, he has spent $164 million on food.
On dinner.
Why?
Maybe he's
Why?
exaggerating.
Yo, I'm with lies.
No,
I don't want to sound like I'm against lies.
he's being extra by saying
Yeah, he
every
put a
night.
little sauce
He's
on
putting
it.
sauce
Yeah,
on
that's
it.
all. You just put some sauce
You know
on
what I
it.
mean?
Sauce
You know New Yorkers. You know we talking.
You know what I
I
mean?
did
You
this
know-
every day. You know how we talk.
Yeah. I've been doing this shit. Niggas every day for me. Nigga, what's up?
He didn't do that every week. What you talking about?
He didn't have to lie like that.
Yo, come on, man. Ain't nothing wrong with a good Fat Joe lie, man.
Wait, hold up. Let me find my LeBron lie. Cause this, here we go.
I thought this was a trick. I thought there was only one lie.
Never that.
Oh.
You get to pick your favorite lie. Check this out. Caught him. Caught LeBron. Check this out. Let's hear what we think.
I used to play Madden like a lot. Like,
It's Anthony Davis.
LeBron,
Like in one-on-one Madden.
Yeah.
Cooking him.
Cook. That's all he did, and it made him to the point where he's like, I'm locking back in. And when I say he locked back in, from that time in the bubble to right now, I think he's maybe top 1,000 in the world now.
No way.
Like I know during the late in the season, he told us he beat the 164th best player in the world. I think.
Yeah, that's
if I'm
funny.
not mistaken, but he'll play 15 games a day, 20 like.
Oh shit, that was. So LeBron James during the bubble is telling his teammates he beat the 164th best Madden player in the world in Madden, and he's now a top 1,000 Madden player in the world.
That could be true.
That ain't as egregious as y'all think it is. Not saying that the way Madden rankings work, it don't mean if I beat you, I take your place. Yeah, so
You think that LeBron James beat the 164th best Madden player in the world, and we only know about that because he told Anthony Davis.
Seems a little.
LeBron James, who's on the first page of every book he owns.
this one, it's not as bad as it sounds. That other one was
Okay.
crazy. This one's not as bad.
Okay. I'm trying. Hey.
No, I know. I'm
I am
saying,
trying. I'm just throwing.
these
I'm
niggas
just throwing it out.
These niggas play Madden in 2K, bro, and some of these niggas be
that's
ranked
for
up
sure.
there.
That's for
They be
sure.
ranked up there. Like they really play them games.
That's for sure.
So,
You'll be happy to know, speaking of wet, on our early conversation, Christina Aguilera is coming out with a lube.
Christina
and
Aguilera
a sex advice hotline.
is coming out with a lube.
That's right.
Is it called
Anything
Wet?
Anything else you coming out with?
I don't remember the name. Let me see if I can find it.
Anything we can use the lube for?
Sex advice hotline and lube. No sex toys?
I would imagine that's down the line.
I would think that.
Christina got hot again, so it might
Yeah,
work.
I was envying.
Oh wait, no, she's got a whole. She
Oh, it's a whole line.
It's a whole line.
There's some shit in there.
I ain't gonna clown like I didn't want to fuck Christina Aguilera back in the day.
I'm sitting here quiet.
Yeah, let me shut up.
That's why I said anything
I
else.
said she
Y'all
snapped
saying
back too.
didn't
She's
want.
looking great.
Like when it stopped.
She's looking great now. She had a little moment where it was getting a little,
That's a bunch of lube. She's got
a little plumpy, but
she's got a lot of shit here.
okay.
Christina.
It's a good idea. Shit coming out with a lube. I should have came out with a lube. I wouldn't have put my name on it. It wouldn't have been the Joe Budden lube. It would have been something else.
PIU, little PIU.
That shit tough in CVS now, standing in front of the lubes trying to pick one. They got a few different joints. You be like, you be there for a minute.
Do I need waterproof?
Families be walking by looking at you.
Oil based or
You be fucking
water
stuck out
based?
there.
You focus.
Don't you buy
Pun
it by the
intended.
gallon though?
Yeah, I thought you get it from Amazon.
Sometimes
You
you
don't be
run out.
running out the gallons, my nigga.
The prices.
Wait, what'd you say?
I thought you get it by the gallon from Amazon.
What does the gallon have to do with when you need a portable run?
Fair enough. Okay. You could just put it in like a little travel size little thing. And,
Know where
Yo.
you get that from?
Like a little cologne.
oh, serious, very good.
Having to do all this just to travel with some lube that's dedication.
Okay, I'm dedicated. Speaking of dedication, does anybody here care about Bill Belichick fucking a little 24-year-old girl?
Yes.
Yes and no.
Yes.
Oh,
The mental image is pretty gross,
Fucking
but I mean,
gross.
if they're happy, then I mean, who the fuck?
He's married, so
He's funny.
huh?
Oh shit,
She's funny.
You know, suck a dick. Okay.
She's funny.
He's married.
Why I gotta suck dick because he's funny? Yeah, he ain't married. Man.
Really? I feel like he had his ring on at the roast.
He
At
might
the Tom
have.
Brady
Bill
roast.
Belichick, you wear your ring when you. Never mind.
Okay.
Yo.
Bill Belichick is dating former cheerleader Jordan Hudson. According to reports, Hudson is 24 years old. Belichick is 72 years old. That's a 48-year difference between the couple.
You think he wears the cut off sweatsuits, hoodies, while he's fucking
Got to.
mad grumpy faced?
I know everybody always says it's nasty on the guy's part who do shit like that. I feel like we was talking about this.
We did.
But it's nasty on niggas' part doing it, but with women, it's just as nasty. Like just,
she's nasty for that.
Like
Agreed.
the little kink of fucking with the old dude is.
I don't think that. Yeah, thank you.
Well,
I don't think that there's a kink here.
The kink is money.
Your money.
I wouldn't necessarily say
Maybe
that.
she's trying to become a better
maybe
player.
he's funny.
I'll be honest with you. I know a lot of
It's a lot of
women,
that's true.
younger, who
He's right.
do fuck with 50, 60-year-old men, and they in their early 20s, and that's their thing.
But what do
And they-
these 50, 60-year-old guys look like?
Nothing.
Do they look like
All
Brad
of them-
Pitt?
all
do
of
they
them
look
don't
like
got
Idris
money
Elba?
neither.
Do they look like Corey?
47, man. Don't do that. You're not 50 yet.
I'm telling you, if you talk to a lot of women, there are women who
Iman is
100% will tell you, yo, 23, yeah, I want to fuck with a guy who's in his 50s, 60s. I want the mature.
He's right.
I ain't gonna look. Corey fucked my head up the other day lying about his age. Because that was the, whatever, nigga. But that was, in the moment, I told you, I learned in real time. In that moment is the first time I realized, and we didn't have our roll back the mouse conversation on the car, which we should have. That was the first time I realized what a 5-year rollback on the age could net.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just take 5 off your age, whatever your age is. Nigga, if you go from 51 to 46, 46 to 41, 41 to 5 years
5
change
years.
your whole fuck ballpark.
Yo, from 41 to 36.
Yes,
36, you wide
whole
open.
different ball game
right
at
there.
36.
36, you
35,
right
you could do some bullshit.
No, 36.
That
you
nigga
get-
almost made me bring back lying. I wasn't mad at that shit. I was sitting there doing the science at the boy like, nah, he's smoking this.
No lie.
He's smoking that.
Yeah, five.
I'm trying to think
5
what
years
5
to get it
years
done.
would do for me.
A lot, nigga.
5 years
You
to do a
think?
lot.
Nigga, you 48, right? 43, stop-ish.
I don't think that's as big of a difference as like.
Nah, shit. I think so.
Nah, like
very
40,
big difference.
41 to
Very big
36
difference.
is big.
Very big
That's
difference.
big. That's
48
big.
and 43.
Yeah, if I can
Really?
if I can take that
Yes.
5,
The joints.
35.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Joints.
No,
Nigga, at 46, you could fuck a 29-year-old and don't nobody say nothing. I mean, not 46, 40, what's the age I just said?
41.
43.
You can fuck a
43.
29-year-old, don't nobody say nothing. They may look at it if you 48. It changes the ballpark of things.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I agree.
What I miss, man, is 5.
How fine is the 29?
What?
Carried it more.
With 38?
38.
38.
See, that's not a
38,
fly age to
39,
be.
yeah.
38's
Yeah,
not bad.
you bugging.
Nah,
I don't think
nah,
that's
it's right in the
a
middle of.
If you 38 and you pop a 28, ain't nobody gonna bat it eye.
You could be 43 and pop 28.
Well, if you 38, you could pop a 26. 25.
I like 43 better than 38.
Sound better, right?
Because the 26-year-olds like the 43-year-old
Yes.
better than they do the
That's what
38.
Imani's saying.
That's what I'm speaking to.
That's what Imani is speaking to.
Let me see. What else I got for y'all? I had a lot on this. Y'all ain't see the stud that went crazy?
Yeah. She went.
The other day when the story broke, that's why Podden is best done fresh. Nigga, I had so many thoughts the other day. I don't know if I remember them all now.
I know they called her Lil Meech.
They did.
What you went crazy for?
That's all I saw.
They was on vacation, and the stud. That's not offensive, right?
Yes, it's offensive.
Could
No,
be.
it is a term though. If they identify as a stud, it's not offensive.
Oh, okay, cool. She went through.
If I'm wrong, then correct me in the comments. But I know plenty of studs that identify as a stud and don't have a problem with it.
Well, she went through Shorty's phone and found out she was still texting niggas and all kind of shit like that. So that turned into a whole episode. She's on, cut the front facing camera on and it's like, yo, she's crying into the camera. Yo, y'all better get her. I'm gonna kill this chick. Yo, she out
Ain't
here.
even a screen record. This is a me pull my camera out, record her whole phone, so I got all the information. Mind you, after I gave the bitch her phone back, I snatch it back again. She down below on other messages all the way from back before we even start fucking with each other, trying to delete other shit out her phone.
Baltimore.
Then when I first asked you about the nigga, she swore he was a faggot. He don't even like bitches, so I hit him up myself.
Bitches be trying that line.
Cause I ain't no bitch ass nigga.
Well,
What's up?
Yep.
Is he a faggot or not, bitch? He not gay, right, Diamond? Is he gay? Is the boy you was talking to gay? Girl, stop
I didn't
trying
see
to
she
act
was
like you
doing
so scared. Now you so... She's so cat. After I scream
Yo, we
record
can't
shit
make
on
fun
my
of it.
phone. Ain't even a
They
screen
married.
record.
Yes, you
This
can.
is a me pull my camera
Yes,
out,
you
record
can.
her whole phone, so I got all the information. Mind you, after I gave the nigga Diamond, tell everybody why you was texting him back. Make it make sense.
You
Why?
didn't see this?
No,
Why would you
I
text
have
him?
things going on this
What
weekend.
did you get out of that? What did you get out of that? Making me wear your face on my shirt and shit. Clown.
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 Look.
Embarrassing.
Necklace.
Clown.
Snatch that shit off.
She threw that shit. She threw
Wearing
that
your name around my
clown.
neck for what? Clown.
But you ain't done little wait.
Clown.
You better go.
Corny. Corny. Fuck am I doing all this for? For another nigga to be sliding in her pussy while I'm at work.
Son.
Sliding on her while she on break or something. Cause she's so sneaky, you just never know when she gonna get fucked. She could text a nigga right in my face after I just posted a video of her. She could text him back calling a nigga baby.
He's sneaky, huh? Yo, hey, she's so sneaky. You never know when she'll get fucked. So listen, I watched this because y'all seem to be on mute. I'll just talk.
No.
I watched this and I was like, I thought it was a dude.
I thought it was a dude. I didn't.
I thought it
That's
was
why
a
I didn't
dude.
know what you was talking about.
Then
what happened?
Then I was like, okay, that's a woman.
How did you find out? I'll tell you how I found out.
The comments?
No.
What?
So when the video went up, the recording, it had her name at the top. So, the internet go to the page and the old picture.
She pregnant.
No.
No, the internet found her page.
I thought that was a dude, so when you just showed it, I saw that, but I didn't know that was a woman.
So then she was pregnant. So I was like, okay, that's a girl. But then the internet said, pregnancy doesn't mean girl.
Right.
This woman she transitioned. So then I said, internet, how do y'all know that this person transitioned, because I've spoken to transgenders about the process of transitioning, and they said because she had titties and now she don't have titties.
Okay.
She did the process, the pills, she got rid of the titties. And I said, is that transitioning? Because the transgenders I speak to say you have to fully have the dick surgery to be transitioned.
No.
That's just you starting the process, you taking the pills to get rid of your
But
titties.
some people never go through with the entire process.
Then you can't say to the community that you've transitioned.
That's not
they
true.
Can and will and
Transition
do.
isn't
But
also,
then you false flagging.
No,
Not
Joe.
really.
Transition is just not a body.
We really need to get a transgender person.
Yeah, but
up here
transition
to
is
have
not just
conversations.
about your body transforming from one state to another.
Wait, hold up, because I don't want to sound stupid. I understand that. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
You could say you transitioning whenever you start the process of wanting to transition. I'm saying that the transgender community does not look at those people as transition people. If I'm wrong on that, please leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
You can't just say, hey, I want to start the process, and they be like, all right, you transition. No, that don't work like that. That don't work like that.
You could be transitioning, but
I'm
to
in
be-
college. I ain't graduate.
Yeah, that don't. If I'm wrong, I'm open, but that don't work
Yeah,
like that.
I don't-
That's how they got me on that couples therapy shit, making a stupid face, because somebody was sitting there saying, transition. I transitioned. I went through it. I went through the surgery. I went through the process psychological, and I was like,
I even
what?
I even think the person
I
you're
would have
talking
popped
about.
you, bitch.
I'm thinking. I even think the person you're talking about would disagree. I think.
Oh, she's the one that told me what I'm saying.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh well, shit. Then I might be wrong. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel
And
like
I
the
could
whole
be wrong. We're
community-
not experts.
Yeah,
We're not experts.
I don't feel like the whole community would analyze that as
Agreed. I don't think that the
Yeah.
whole community would agree with it being that black and white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because there's plenty of people who 100% walk around and make it very clear I'm a trans woman or I'm a trans man. And there's not always the attachment
All the
of
parts.
physical parts and things
Have
like
not
that.
turned the P into
Yeah.
a V or reverse.
So
Okay, I don't want to pretend to be an expert, so
Can the trans part just mean transitioning
Or
and not
transsexual.
transitioned?
The trans part.
It's transsexual.
the trans part is not always so much dedicated to the sexual part. It's about your lifestyle, how you living. Because there's trans people who transition, but they don't transition sexually. They might just feel.
And it costs a lot, right?
Yes.
I'm sure.
A
I'm
lot.
just saying transition. I didn't say sexual. I'm just saying transition.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. So they might not attach all of that with the actual organs. They might not attach that with, I need to go ahead and do this and this and that. I'm just transitioning into a different lifestyle. My name, the surnames that I choose to use, and all that.
All right, so
Respect.
And we willing to be wrong.
salute.
No, what I saw in the comments was all the women killing homeboy when they thought it was a dude,
And then the switch up.
and then they switched up.
There was a switch up
It was a switch
in the
up.
comments?
Yes. Because at first it's like, yo, he embarrassing her. That's fucked up. Blah 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 blah. And then there was a little.
So then
there was
what did the sentiment change to just because they now knew it was a woman?
shorty on some bullshit.
Well, the clip she did say that she smacked her.
Yeah,
Right?
that was what I gathered from this.
So,
There was a
she
little
said in the
DV
clip,
thrown into this.
like, yeah, I just smacked the shit out of you. Tell him so there was some domestic violence involved in it.
I'm stunned.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm stunned.
They shoot you a fair one too.
No comment.
They was fighting.
I was trying to
they was
find
fighting
it
niggas
because
in my hood.
the other young lady posted her
version of.
Yes, I'm just trying to find. I couldn't find it. I lost it.
Okay.
She addressed it and was like, "Yo, y'all think this is funny? Like, I'm trying to get away from her. I got back home. I'm paraphrasing, but it wasn't a laughing matter in any sense. After people read her side, people was like, "Oh shit, I was making jokes." I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh damn, this is much more serious than I thought it was."
All right, so I'll leave it alone then, because when I first seen it, I had a lot of jokes, so I'll leave it alone then.
Yeah, we should leave it alone.
Yeah, she was.
Vacation is not the time that you should go through somebody's phone.
No, it's not.
You should
No,
really
shouldn't-
never go
shouldn't
through
go through 'em
someone's
anyway.
phone. Yeah.
Yeah, but women
But that's
don't. They ain't never gonna hear that part.
Right.
Vacation, like what you doing, big dog?
Why would you?
Yeah, why would
ruin
you-
a
Yeah, fucking
vacation?
We're here
ruining
for the
it.
vibe.
Yeah.
When you go through the phone, you're looking because you think there's something there. So I always say, going through a phone, you kind of preparing yourself to piss yourself off. Whatever you want to find, let's say you find it.
It's like Google.
Now what?
You can get the Google to answer you however you want to be answered.
Exactly. The timeline. I can have a take on something, and I can pretty sure I could find a bunch of people that's going to say this or the opposite. Like you can find whatever you want to find.
Be clear.
I saved this clip.
I
just
think
'cause
that
y'all
shit
niggas
going through phones.
I saved this just because y'all be late.
Out on bond tonight after police say he allegedly pistol whipped and beat an employee who was late to work. Hello, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. Greg is off tonight. WREG's Jessica Knox joins us live with more on.
Does it?
We talked about it.
Oh, well, that was my first time seeing the clip.
Yeah.
I have Miami Dolphins news that I'd love to hear from our expert.
Oh, please.
Parks about.
What do you got?
Cornerback Xavier Howard reportedly sent a boy sexually explicit content of the boy's mother because the woman refused to get an abortion after Howard got her pregnant, according to the Miami Herald. According to a court filing obtained by Miami Herald, Howard went on a warpath against the woman after she refused to get an abortion, and he shared the sexually explicit content with the woman's son, who was a minor at the time. This is not the first time Howard has been accused of sharing sexually explicit content, as last year another woman sued Howard after she learned via Instagram that Howard took X-rated videos of her and shared them with other people. Howard was given a cease
industry
and
as a
desist.
whole is really three.
Oh, shit.
That's disgusting. He's not a Dolphin anymore.
Is he not?
No. He was a free agent casualty this year. Dolphins legend,
all
though.
right, so
he
it's
was
over.
he was a great quarterback for the past 10 years, but this is disgusting behavior.
Yeah, well,
he's had a bunch of weird shit with
This
him
is sick.
over the years. That's like super sick.
This is some of the sickest shit I ever heard.
Yeah.
You're gonna send the shit to a minor, to the kid?
Yeah.
What the fuck you supposed to do?
Now, I have heard some journalists say that it may be like a lawsuit target situation, but I don't know.
In more nasty news, and we can get right
Disgusting
out of
if
this.
true. Let me just wrap that up by saying that.
Yeah. Fuck.
And more
fuck.
disgusting news.
Lawsuit.
More disgusting news. We getting right out of here, but I'm watching the news for the last 2 days. It's a nigga in Casino Park that R-worded. He tied 2 young kids up
Yeah, I read
and
about this.
R-worded a 13-year-old.
Yeah. Yes.
They got signs up on the poles out there. They got cops all in the neighborhood. They have his picture now.
Yeah.
I pray to God that they find that.
And this was I think this
I
was
pray
at,
to God they
I
find
think
it.
it was like 3 p.m. in the
Yeah, it was
afternoon.
It was
afternoon.
daytime.
Yeah.
This is
Crazy.
daytime.
It was in the daytime.
Like what the fuck
Yes.
is like?
So
this
I'm
is
only
crazy.
sharing that here because as of now he hasn't been caught, and I desperately want that nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, my daughter might be in like Krav Maga like 4.
What'd you say?
Some martial arts or something at 4. These niggas is crazy out here. Like it's bad, dog. 13-year-olds getting preyed on, 14-year-olds getting preyed on. It's bad out here.
I will kill him.
No, you.
Word.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my first reaction to that.
Yeah.
I will kill him.
That's like when they caught homeboy that did what he did in the Bronx. To the young lady, the cops literally had to hold back the whole community from killing
Cops had
that
him up
nigga.
against the wall with their arms out
Like,
like
literally,
this, so couldn't
like-
nobody get to him.
So, question: as the fathers of daughters, what is your plan? What is your plan of action for when your daughters are out there in the world?
Martial arts first.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Martial
It says
arts.
martial arts.
Okay.
Teach us how to defend herself. Yeah.
Some
That's the
semblance of
first, that's the
martial
first line.
arts.
Like
Early
has to-
too.
Yeah. Now hearing it, like I wasn't thinking. My daughter's 4. I wasn't thinking this early, but shit, you know.
Yo,
When do you plan on?
I was saying about 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there.
Yo, this is so scary, but not just for daughters, just kids, period. I remember being a kid and my mom and my dad really stressing, on top of just being able to take care of yourself, just being aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, that's part
And
of it.
it's bad because I do it today. Like when I'm in a spot where I'm unfamiliar, if you watch me long enough, I'm doing this the whole time.
Oh no.
Like just
why I'm
because
trying
I
to.
need to be aware of what's going on around me a lot. So the first thing I'm telling my kids, you walk in, I don't give a fuck if you're familiar on a block with, pay attention to what's going on around
But
you.
when your head's on a
And-
swivel, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What can happen? Are you thinking about your own personal safety, or are you thinking like gunshots could go off, fight, whatever? Like
I'm
what
thinking
do you think?
all of the above. Anything,
Okay.
anything that I can't control, anything that I'm not prepared for, I have to be able to now try to figure out. The last thing I want to be is the person that sees that last, or the person who doesn't see something coming across to me. So that's probably the first thing that you can teach a kid.
That shit like
aware.
second nature to me now. Like I used to be outside. So when you outside all the time, you in the street,
shit like Spidey sense.
I
like
see you walk up the block
before you even get close.
I see you coming to me. I'm gonna serve you. You ain't take your hands out your hoodie yet. Like just small shit like that. Like you
even too like if
like
you're out
all of those things
out at a bar or club, you can just sometimes you just feel something in the air. You're like it's time to get the fuck about here.
It's an energy.
Yeah.
To answer your question too, another thing about I know this about my daughter, which I've had this conversation. My daughter's she don't see the bad yet.
Well, I mean, she's innocent.
I know, but
she's so innocent. She's so young.
But that's I don't want to say it's a problem. My daughter is the type that will just speak to everybody,
hug you,
just anything like that, and you don't really want them to be hardened, but you can't do that. You can't be like that. You can't be so warm and trusting to strangers. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this is the world we live in today, and you got to prepare them for that type of shit.
I agree.
The shit, not even strangers. Sometimes people
I was about to say,
yeah.
There's like a new kind of like book. It's like a children's book, kind of, and it's teaching them that, because parents are always like teaching their kids about stranger danger, but a lot of the instances of kids being harmed are usually by acquaintances or quote unquote family members or whatever the case is. So they're developing like this kind of this way of like talking to your kids about that. Like, how do you explain that?
I'd like to hear your pushback on it.
I me personally don't really believe in taking the innocence away from children. I believe that life lessons come with the world in any way, shape, or form. I think that life is to be lived, and you're gonna get what you get from life. I just don't necessarily believe, especially at a small age, in taking their innocence away, y'all. I just think that kids should be kids. I think that when they get to a certain age, boy or girl, that's when you start having those conversations that everybody's not to be trusted. If somebody touch you in a manner that you feel uncomfortable with, let us know. You know what I we like shit like that.
When?
I still remember
Because it can happen at 4 or 5 or 6 or
I remember
7.
how that conversation went in my house. It was very simple. We were probably 5, 6 years old. And I was like, if anybody tries to touch your penis touch you with their penis, tell me.
But like we see stories of the daycare worker that is touching kids at a daycare. That they 4 or 5 years old, bro. So it's like you gotta. Hold on. I know you're saying you don't want to take the innocence away from the child, but this ain't an innocent world that they out in. True. So they gotta kind of know about that. It's like we doing them a disservice by presenting this fake world that don't really exist.
No, I agree with that. I'm saying that I just think it's an age in which.
Wait, how is his way presenting a fake world?
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's not.
Because he said taking the innocence away from the child, letting kids be kids, but there are people out here harming kids. So if you don't let them know that this is going on, that is presenting a fake world. This is something real that's happening that kids need to know about.
There's a when I was a kid.
At what age?
Shit, when they start going to school.
My daughter 4.
My daughter's 4. My daughter will be in kindergarten next year.
Oh yeah, no.
When I was a kid, my mom and my dad, in a very corniest of ways, but still effective, there was a VHS that me and my little sister had to watch. And it's gonna sound maybe funny to some people, but it was full of little playful songs, little things, and they would set up scenarios in it to teach you, still in a very innocent manner, not to accept candy from certain
Stranger
people.
danger, all that type
Not to do this, not to do that. And I remember that as a kid having to watch that shit to the point where me and my little sister, sometimes just because the songs was catchy, we just put that shit on.
And yeah, I know.
But we still got the message of what it was.
Yeah.
So I do understand what you're saying. You don't want to strip them of their innocence, but I would rather me take the risk of stripping them of that innocence than letting the outside world go in and strip them of it. Because my version of it is going to still protect them. That other shit, you can't come back from.
Like our thing was, in putting my daughter in her first daycare, it was not until she's old enough to talk.
Yeah.
At least to be able to tell me, because it start there. You're entrusting your kid with a
communication.
Normally, she's either at home with me, home with mom, home with her grandmother. It was one of them 3. Now, you're going here with complete strangers, around strange kids. You got to be able to talk in case something happens, because we see instances, it ain't even got to be assault, like sexual or nothing. We see daycare kids come home with a black eye, a bunch of scratches all over the place, and the school just give you some explanation that don't necessarily make sense. But now if your kid can talk and tell you what's going on, so that's where we started it at, is just letting her know, yo, listen, And the other thing, using those little kiddie terms like cookie and all of that for vagina. So you know what it is, and you can tell that somebody touched you. You'll say if this person touched a cookie. I'm saying
That's
it
why,
wrong.
like what I said, what my mom said.
Yeah.
She said penis, like
Yes,
literally,
yes,
like
yes.
We're not gonna call this your pee-pee or wee-wee or your privates or your no. If someone
Say the
touches your
proper
penis
word
or
so
touches
you
you
know
with their
what to say.
penis,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Yep. Excuse me if I'm explaining that wrong, but
It is a sad reality of the minute you have kids and you have to put them out here into the world and trust other people to kind of watch and you gotta
like niggas
can't. It shouldn't be that separatism. Like you shouldn't ask them because they're girl dads, even though I understand why you do. Like you gotta ask dads that.
Yeah.
No, I.
That's
true.
Yeah, no, I understand that there is, you want to watch over your kids no matter the gender, but when it comes to fathers and daughters, knowing the way the world is, having seen the world through the lens in which you have, and knowing the way that men can be, having daughters. Is there
Mel,
like an extra level of
I don't
protection?
agree, Mel. I don't.
I am child-free, so I don't know. So it's
I'm going based off of
questions.
my experience.
Mhm.
I know a lot of men who, as boys, were taken advantage of by women and men who never got that type of attention from their parents because they just like, well, those are boys. Like some of the boys be needing a lot of more talking in these situations.
I
then
agree.
Like as I'm listening to y'all, that's
makes
what
sense.
I'm coming up with. Like there's a different sensitivity that they have to have as girl dads, but that extra layer you talking about,
Really cool.
I recognize that with my son, who we need to have those talks with. But we also need to protect against your son learning what his dick. And my son out there, look at the shit. You like, you gonna get to school?
Helicopter.
Yo, hey, that's gonna be a long talk with the principal one day. See, I feel like girls don't do that. Boys is dumb. Boys is in the grip. Give me your hand. Yo, boys is bucking the fuck out.
Look at your dinky.
Look at the dicky poo. Look at the little dicky. Yo, nigga, you can't do that.
You said the dicky poo?
You can't do that.
Look at my dicky poo.
Hey, big dog, yo. I know I'm a cool dad, but you gotta stop that shit.
Yeah.
Here come the mom. When he does that, tell him stop. Oh,
yeah, that's
that'll
gonna do
fix it. That'll fix it right up.
Oh my God.
Boy, said dicky poo, yo. Yo, this nigga's an idiot, yo.
Kids is crazy.
This is a Friday episode, so let's leave
Yeah.
Let's leave it.
Why is Macy's on the board?
Man sacks.
Macy's is on the board because this black woman was 4 hours late to work at Macy's. Her white supervisor / manager fired her in the elevator of Macy's full of people. You're fired. Get the fuck out. You're done. You can't show up 4 hours late, yada, yada. So she's like, wait, nah, but I have a valid excuse. I had an emergency, yada, yada, yada. They keep arguing. They still in the elevator. But that Macy's elevator is a little slow.
It is
and
super slow.
Yeah, it is. And dude says, listen, you're fired. Ain't none of that on black people time here.
Oh, shit.
And she said, wait, excuse me? So then she was already mad, so now she tried to rob him. Oh, black people time?
Give me your money.
Oh, yeah, give me your money, nigga. Give me your money since I'm on black people time. Huh? You think I'm a monkey? Give me that money.
Yeah.
So I wrote it down because I tried to envision what I would do if you tried to fire me in the elevator of my job and then tell me that black people time ain't working
Did you know this other part too about it?
She should have did that, though. She could have ran that bill up, boy.
The elevator was filled with, it seemed like nothing but black people. No. Customers. But everyone in it that I watched was black.
She probably still
Was
gets
black.
some bread.
Oh yeah, no, they would have had
Damn,
a
she tried to
nice
rob him with
defamation.
what?
She grabbed nothing. She just
Suit on
grabbed
her
him. So, okay, well,
Strong
open your
arm,
bag.
nigga.
Give me your money.
Strong
Oh,
arm.
she's an
I'm gonna get my
idiot.
last check right now.
Good. Because she asked for a last check. He said, no, don't worry. We'll mail it.
No, see, I don't like that.
Yo, niggas always try to do that when they get fired. No, I want my money right now. Nigga, you get fired. We'll get your check any other time. I ain't leave it till I give one. Oh, yes, you are. Security. But nah, CP time he hit her with?
Not even.
Black, I don't do that black people time.
We don't do that. We don't do that black people time here.
That good lawsuit,
They
boy.
is going
Yeah.
to come.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I let you guys know ahead of time that I was.
Yeah, you can get off of here.
I had a family emergency.
You can get off right here. You're fine.
I had a family.
Give your name tag in that.
I'll send this to you, E.
What?
You work here, you want. Yeah.
I put my work in for this job. What you mean? I'm
Showing up 4
fired.
hours too late? No, you didn't.
I had a family emergency. My grandmother.
Well,
got
then you can
passed.
tell someone. You don't just show up 4 hours too late.
I'm not fired. All right, so can I get my check or something?
Yeah, we'll mail it to you.
Mail it
Just
to
get
me.
off right here.
I need money today then. If you guys gonna fire me for no reason. Press 8, please. No, that's not fair. What happened?
Already I'd have smacked the shit out of dude, but okay, keep going.
Okay, I press the lobby for you. You can get off there.
Look, he pressing the button for her to get off.
Yeah, see you.
See ya. Yeah.
See you.
I'm not, no.
Yeah, we're not running on black people time. Get off the elevator.
Excuse me, what?
You heard
Excuse
me.
I'm
Hey,
not
Shaniqua,
this. You want
this
to see
is in the
black
ghetto.
people?
You don't take.
You want to see black
Yeah,
people?
you don't take
How about
shit
you
off of
give-
me.
How about you give me
Yo.
your money? How about you give me your money then? How about that?
Gotta rob this nigga down. Fuck
How
that.
about that?
They should
I
have
don't have money on
jumped the
that.
shit out him in that elevator.
How about that? Give me your money.
I didn't notice that. You're right.
I don't care.
There's
You're
nothing but
being
black
racist.
people in the
What do you
elevator.
mean?
I'm not being racist.
How about that? You want me to act black?
You know what that tells me too? Tells me
No, it tells you a bunch of shit
tells me a
about
lot.
him. About
It tells
him.
me a lot about him. It tells me a lot about that store. It tells me a lot. And
Does anybody know what that was?
Wherever it was, I'd have called Vern to be outside when he got off.
I'd have called Salino and Barnes. Fuck that.
Hey, Vern,
Yo,
we got action
flip
today.
him. Yo, that nigga deserved to get his ass jumped. On
Meet me on 34th.
Yo, he ain't just say
The
you
Ninth
ain't on
Avenue
black
side.
people time.
Ghetto.
He said the ghetto shit. He said
Steve
all,
Buck.
and how he was talking to her was just in a whole different.
Do she
type
have a
of-
lawsuit?
yes.
Yes. Hell
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
She do have a
Well,
lawsuit,
does she
but
have
she
a
might go to
lawsuit
jail
since she
too.
accosted him and tried to
Well,
rob
she,
him?
that might
though?
have fucked up the bag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She might.
No.
Who was
She-
recording though?
She had a lawsuit the minute he said that black people time shit.
and then ghetto.
Yes,
Also,
in the ghetto.
the other customers in
feel
there,
like she has a lawsuit.
the other
But then she put
customers
her
in there
hands
in
on
that
him.
elevator might have a lawsuit.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
But then she put her hands on him
Cool.
and tried to rob
And
him.
tried to
so
rob him.
Wait, based on what? That's interesting.
No, I felt
Uncomfortable,
demoralized. I
uneasy.
felt
Yeah,
all
all
that
emotional
shit.
distress.
I heard
Depending
that.
on
Emotional
position
Punitive
distress.
damages.
of this worker in
Right.
here, I never
Yeah.
want to step foot back up in here.
Yep.
I'm just yeah.
Well, listen,
If this is the sentiment of Macy's,
Emotional
I'm never
distress
gonna,
now.
Yeah.
They fucked up.
yeah, that's good for y'all still shopping at Macy's. Well, last time we ain't been to Macy's since the Sean Johnsons.
Still get a little
That
boxers
little
in there.
Macy's, second, third floor. You can cop some shit. Now, what's at Macy's?
Boxers.
You get some boxer. You get a good
Yo,
little
you
beat,
ignorant,
a little
my nigga.
boxer brief.
Yo, so the
Socks.
other day, speaking of boxer
I
briefs,
wear Ralph Lauren, bro.
I confide in y'all the other day. All of the black boxer briefs, I guess I had used. So it's the first time in a long time.
Put the white joints on.
Tidy whities.
Put on some tighty whities. And I was like, boxer briefs.
Oh, okay.
Boxer briefs. They're still boxer
I
briefs.
do. I do the
but
tidy
they're
whitey
white.
boxer briefs sometimes.
But I ain't done it in so.
do that, though,
It's
part.
been a long time for me.
I mean, either.
I
don't have
forgot
none.
I didn't have none either, but my father, you know, every Christmas he got me some Calvin Kleins
With the
that I
3-pack.
forgot fit. So I'm like, oh shit, this shit is high, right? Put on, I still got one too. I think, look, right? Now, this is where it get funny.
I don't like them whites.
Yeah.
I don't like
Go
the
ahead.
shit
You
neither.
said you don't like the whites?
I loved the whites until
you fart.
yo, dog, I took them shits off, and went to put them back on. I seen a little yellow, little something. I'm like, yo, I ain't even piss on myself.
PP mark.
I ain't even pee today on myself.
That's that last
I
drip.
see a little mark.
That's that
I
40.
was like,
That's that
that's
43-year-old
why.
drizzle.
Yep. It ain't never done. You thought you was
Yeah,
done.
nigga. That's that
I didn't know.
Yeah,
leaky
once you pass
faucet.
40, it ain't done no
That
more.
leaky
Hey.
faucet, nigga.
You got to stand over the toilet for about a good extra 2 minutes.
Nah,
man.
you gotta.
Nah, you gotta go get the
didn't-
tissue.
I
You
didn't-
got white,
I
nigga.
didn't wrong.
You gotta beat. Yeah, you gotta beat
do
the,
nothing wrong.
You gotta beat the drum with
You
that
gotta shake
motherfucker.
that.
My man Zeke one time was joking on white underwear.
And you got, hey, yo, nah, look, you got jerky, man. Yeah.
Wait.
got-
I didn't even know.
Yo, you
They
got-
got water absorbent shit. What are y'all doing?
You need a pad, nigga.
Yeah, you on bullshit today.
Yo, he's sorry.
My man, yo. My man. Heavy flow.
Oh shit. That nigga said.
Change the game.
My man said, "What are you trying to prove with buying white boxers?"
Yeah, yo, that's nasty. I gave up white boxes a couple of years ago.
Oh no, that's not what's nasty.
Wait,
put them shits right on. Hey, I got them on right now with the little yellow stain. The little stain. It looked like the state of New Jersey. A little small, just a little.
Oh man,
but I remember, and I realized why it's over for that.
Yeah,
this
guy's an over
It's
for
a
that.
wrap for that. You gotta have a clean day, man.
Yo,
what's wrong with your brain?
My Calvin Klein's got the little New Jersey tattoo right there. I mean, rapping.
Big Jersey.
I don't care what y'all
Yo,
say about me.
This nigga's an idiot.
I don't really have any more topics outside of Lil Fizz scrapping.
That's
what you called it?
What?
I didn't see him scrapping.
He was y'all. Yeah, did y'all ain't see the other angle?
Well, who was he scrapping?
He wasn't
No.
scrapping.
He ain't scrapping
Okay,
there,
that's
not
good.
there, nothing.
Don't do that, yo.
There was two sides of the fight. If you saw the other side, it didn't look like he was getting beat
Different
up.
angles?
It didn't. No.
Okay.
It was one angle where it was a side angle where he was holding the guy, and it looked like the guy.
That
on the
nigga
floor.
pushed him back
and then down
and was on top of that nigga. That's where you couldn't see
He
no
wasn't
more.
getting fucked up. He was just in the middle of the floor sandwich.
Yeah, but it wasn't no scrap.
I didn't see the
There was a lot of people involved, and maybe he couldn't get his bearing. I don't know.
Y'all think it was real?
No. Yeah, I think it was
I think it was real.
I think it was real.
I think the dude ain't really want to get it there.
He
He's just
can't
like,
fight.
They do have a movie together, right?
Yeah, they got something coming.
Yeah,
Yo, let me tell you something.
That's what they were there promoting.
My nigga, you go stand up on top of another man, pause, and start, because Fizz was the aggressor.
Exactly.
So you like, nigga, let's step outside, let's do,
I was sitting there like he got way too close.
Way too close.
But all the niggas that was standing in between them two dudes while Fizz was talking that shit, they quietly got out of there, and I was like, okay, that's not gonna go well now.
And I didn't
And then he
know.
walked over there to him.
And the nigga, when you sitting down, it shit look like a cartoon because Fizz is standing above the nigga. Then when the nigga stood up, it was like
different ball game.
And the nigga had mad weight on him. So you supposed to steal him if you really want to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was never supposed to get up.
He wasn't supposed to stand up at all.
Putting him right down in the chair.
Boop, boop,
It's true.
boop. He wasn't supposed to even stand up.
It's true.
That nigga stood up, moved him to the other side of the table,
and then laid him. Come on, go get down.
Yeah.
Salute
Get that right
to
here.
Fizz, man.
Let's-
Just don't fight with no fedora on, and then don't put the fedora back on your head after you get in the fight.
Yeah, he did do that.
Yeah, fedora gotta
That's
stay
what
on.
he did. As soon as he
I ain't
got
even
up,
see
the
the get
nigga
up.
started adjusting.
Yeah, you can't put the fedora on
You
no
can't
more.
adjust
Yeah,
yourself.
I ain't see the get up.
No, it was
Yeah.
foul. It was foul. And Fizz, my man, shout out to Fizz,
Salute,
man.
salute.
Shout out to Fizz. Listen, fighting at our big age is over unless you are severely disrespected. Like what they was fighting about,
Yeah, it was stupid.
it ain't even.
It was stupid.
we
It's
ain't
making
got-
me think now that
we
it
ain't
might
gotta
have been
do
a
that.
little set because
No, because the dude was like, yo, you ain't really trying to do that. Like you
Told
you
him
doing-
that as nice
you-
as can possibly
He
be.
did. He
Yo,
told
you
him
don't
like
want that.
77 times.
I don't even take you serious. Like, stop, yo.
Yeah,
if
you-
I get up,
it's love
like,
and
you
hip-hop
gonna
shit
have
you
a
doing.
long day. Stop.
That's what he told him.
He did tell him that. He tried to give him some.
He
But
said, yo, this love and hip hop shit you doing, bro. You know you don't really want to see me on that type tip. And he stood on top of him. He
didn't wanna fight him.
He
you
didn't want to
don't,
fight
get,
him.
you don't get a moment where you just want you want to test your strength just to see if you still got it.
If you want which side of the
No. I'm saying like just you personally. You never been in a moment where.
Oh, my answer's no. I ain't never.
Yeah,
want,
yeah, you
I
wanna
never want to fight off strength.
Oh, all right.
I wasn't never stronger than him.
Like it might have been a while. You ain't had nobody test you in a minute, and you like, you know what? I mean,
If you Fizz, it depends on what position I'm in. If I'm Fizz or the other nigga,
say you Fizz.
I'm still in that nigga.
Off
Before he gets up, when I get over there and he would have decided to even try and stand up. And Fizz knew the nigga's way bigger than him.
Yeah.
I didn't know that till the nigga stood up. It looked like the cartoons.
Yo, any man out there that is listening to Monty and want to try the strength test thing, all you gotta do is go lock up with any nigga you know. Just, hey, nigga. Whatever happens right after that is gonna let you know how strong you are or you're not. Even playing, I'm not talking about
Play.
serious.
No, play.
The playing will let you know when you shouldn't play.
where you at? Yeah.
When you shouldn't play. I tell you, I'm a little insecure now when these niggas at the hookah spot start doing this and I'm like,
shit hurt.
no, but it's just a little flabby.
It's off. It's off.
Yeah, it's a little tender.
off.
Right? Tender love.
Word.
Tender
Force
love. And so off of this fighting shit, my last story, and I promise you we can go on. Y'all gonna have a hard time in the future, but we'll talk about it later. Went back to Ace Hardware, I did. This time on the way there, I wasn't in my phone. I looked up at the route that we took to get there. Nigga, boy, he was right. Yo, I was like, so where are we headed? nigga, where you taking me? That nigga went through every Spanish gang.
You thought someone was trying to get you lined up?
That nigga went through every Spanish gang block past the Spanish Dunkin' Donuts where they be robbing niggas up there by the thingamajiggy. I'm like, so, what are you doing? He said, I'm taking you where you have to go. I said, I didn't look at this route the last time.
It's right down that corner.
Dog, I understand what you were saying
now
by the route. But let me tell you something. I went right up in there, seen my man Caesar. My man C, I didn't know his name. But everybody that walked in that Ace Hardware knew his name. That's how I learned his name. Caesar! Like, they've been going there for 40 years. Caesar, I need such and such and such and such and such. I'm in there by the paint samples getting my ass cracked because I can't see nothing. Because at the paint samples, they got the little light above the paint, and that makes it look.
You gotta take them home.
It's a glare.
You gotta take them home, yo.
Yeah, you gotta take. Yeah,
is that?
You gotta take the sample home.
You gotta cut on the lights, and don't put them down. You gotta put them up.
Again.
I took the
Because
shit
the paint
away.
gonna be
I
on the
was
wall.
putting
It's
them
not
over.
gonna
I'm
be
doing
down
all
here.
this goofy shit. I said, yo, I gotta go back to the pod and let them niggas know that the paint samples is busting my ass. Hey, however they look there, by the time them shits get to the wall, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this?
I'm telling you. That shit ain't no joke. It's the lighting in your house versus the lighting in the store.
So I said, C's,
All
yo,
of
I need the paint. I came in for samples last week. I need one of those paints. I don't have it with me. He's like, damn, man, I ain't gonna lie.
It's 700 of these, Joe.
There's no way for me to help you if you can't. I said, what if I give you my card that I bought it with? He was like, no, it's not gonna work, man. Like, I wish I could help you. Is there anything else that you bought? I said, I bought a safe. He said,
there you go.
That makes this real easy. And he went and started pulling up my little samples.
receipts.
And the shit that I thought was white, Caesar said, oh, you want this yellowish shit?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, no, nigga. That should be white. Yeah, it's a little yellow.
Just like the boxers, like the piss in your boxers.
Yo, it's been such a great day. Give it up for yourselves. Give it up for yourselves. Way to go. Way to go. Any final words? You bitch ass nigga. A little yellow. Do y'all have final words? No? Awesome. No. Patronis, we'll catch y'all next go around.
Get us out of here, Ish.
These fucking motherfuckers.
Oh, man, this nigga got the piss yellow walls.
Neutral button.